In our last session, we continued with the group in the past consisting of Red, Bubbles, Ashel Fenders, and Farlow, still investigating the maze, in which they were hoping to retrieve Sorrentina's banner and perhaps restore time to as it should have been. The next challenge in absolute darkness was heralded by a sign stating, "In absolute darkness, we are all the same." Silas was the only one able to pierce the darkness itself and was able to warn Red when a guide appeared, offering them a safe path through the maze, to which they gave the destination as the Master's Chamber, where they thought the banner would be. Of the real identity of the guide itself, some sort of a malformed undead creature that nonetheless seemed civil enough, extending a severed limbs to shake hands and guide them through with boots on its questionable feet. Through the darkness, listening to their guide and jumping to avoid traps and ducking their heads through the various tips given, and eventually arrived at the Master's Chamber, where the guide departed from there before they could see it. The chamber itself warned that should be less worried about the master that guards his treasures than treasures that guard the master. Entered and were greeted by the translator Dragonborn from before, who stated that the master had a rather archaic view of certain traditions. He bowed to the party and combat ensued. Treasures, animated of their own accord, start attacking the party as well. The party prevailed by a hair's breadth, Red being the only one remaining in this temporal dimension, and Sorrentina thanked her, retrieving her own banner. And as soon as Red departed the room, reality ensued, back into the patient waiting hands of the slavers and their holding cells, not the actual prison itself, but a prelude to it. The slavers had them bound in a cell, but were not quite sure what to charge them with, given the absurdity of what Kane described and the various tales that they had to go on regarding the magic and so. Immediately dissociated himself with the party, offering them the records offering the slavers to read the records of the times before, where he explained the necromancer's interests were not against the city at all, but in investigating this dangerous magical phenomena. He quickly issued orders that the party was not to attempt to tamper with time any further. Some questioning in a separate chamber was allowed to leave with Fenriloth. In the meantime, Kane was left to look after the party, instructed to lock up after. In between the arguments, two familiar figures entered the holding cell. Gorbak Greyhow and Klajak Raterman. Two pirate revenants, the party wasn't too sure where they stood within this timeline. But posing as fellow slavers, they struck from behind, knocking him out, and quickly finding the keys to liberate the party. They did not state their reasons for doing so yet, but they insisted that the party quickly proceed to a safe house and follow them, and that they will explain later. The party expressed reluctance to leave, partially for legal reasons and for practical reasons such as their items. Erevan had no such compunctions fleeing with the pirates, but stating he would return for the party when he could. The party then decided to hide Kane in Erevan's body bag, while Red pretended to be Kane. Hence, it was Red was able to find the locker room where the belongings were stashed, but was unable to liberate everyone else's goods for now. Meanwhile, the slavers have instructed the party that they are under protective custody at least until the morning. And this is where we continue our game of today.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Hi.
Marshal Fenders and Fenry Loth are headed back towards the towards the financial district and their respective houses. Ashel Fenders has said that Fenry Loth has done a decent job, all things considered, and perhaps everyone would do better with rest.
Both of us
Ashel
just
Fenders.
heading back to our own house.
You're both walking towards the financial district at the moment.
Okay.
Fenry Loth at this point. So, where did you find a group like this anyway?
Ganelion gathered them together.
Ganelian's selection certainly doesn't fill us with confidence, does it?
Well, I don't have much to say. I'm just here for the job, to be honest.
Right. Oh, my eyes. It's been a terrible day.
It is quite a grueling journey.
And now the slavers are in the know as well. I suppose it couldn't be helped. One arm of the law, the right arm, left arm, and all that. Is there anything else you could tell me, Fenry Loth?
About Ganelion?
About anything?
I suppose you know a lot about this stuff. I've written them on in the report. There's nothing that I left out specifically, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I suppose no news would be good news at this point. Heading towards the financial district. And that's when you see an acolyte necromancer's robes advancing forward. Master Ashel Fenders, there you are. Dibbly as he steps forward. You stated that a watch was to be posted at the mansion of Ganelion Avis Desmonte. Our sentries report. There were, at about some 1900 hours, a carriage identical to the one used by the conventional butler arrived on the scene, and a group of 6 hooded and robed people got off at the mansion. We continued observing, and we were aware, and the sentries were aware of certain sounds of fighting and things going off, and there seems to be property damage, structural damage. The attackers did not seem to be humans or surface citizens. We are currently establishing the extent of the damage, and some of the acolytes on site are doing what they can to gather information from the corpses. The slavers have also arrived, and Master Ashel Fenders? The dwarf has been holding his head the whole time. Does Fenry Loth wish to say anything?
No, he keeps silent.
Also, Master Ashel Fenders, the temporal anomaly you warned us about does not seem to have ceased after all. The dwarf speaks up. Has anyone interfered with it? No, not at all. Just letting you know that the anomaly is still present. That is the end of the report. Thank you. Do you? Well, he turns around to Fenry Loth as the messenger heads off. So, I heard something about there being attackers previously.
Attackers on what? On where?
Something was attacking our unconscious forms in the swinging shanty.
What I heard, it was something like a lizard man.
Well,
From
now
Erewhon.
it appears that Ganelion's mansion has been attacked.
Yes. Is it by those lizard person or is just hooded people that we
I'm
don't
not
know?
sure. The corpses will still be identified, and then there'll be more reports. Unless you wish to head on to site immediately.
Yes, I shall do that. Master Defenders, you should go have a rest.
I am going to have a rest, most definitely. There's too much running about. Look, Fenriloth, these attackers, whether or not they're the same people, do not seem to be very fond of this Ganalian. Or is it revenants they're after? I don't know. Find out who they are, and if they
Alright.
can be worked with, or if they are a greater priority to dispatch than the others.
Do you know of any group that has lizard people?
That will be the Undercity, I'm afraid.
Ah,
That's your department, I believe.
yes. I'll look into that.
Anything else?
No,
Oh
have a
God,
good
this
night.
night is long. He walks off like swaying a bit side to side. Henry Loth, what do you wish to do now?
I head on site. Right away. Wait. Um, are we already in the financial district?
On the financial district.
What? Did you say anything?
Yes,
You
you are in the
guys are in
financial
the
okay.
financial district.
All right. I just dropped by Yelena's place if she's still awake. Is she normally awake at this hour?
Sorry?
Is she normally working in the night shift or the early shift, Yelena?
Actually have shifts.
I don't know, but do I
Okay.
know if she's awake around this hour
Well,
normally?
heading towards Yelana's place, you can see that there are sort of strange ethereal forms like flickering through the air, some passing through the window, some passing out again.
Is that normal?
Pair of skeletons standing at the door, keeping watch. The lights are on. Of it, this is one of her late night works.
I think I'll go in and report.
Yelana looks up as you enter. Fenriloth, it's been a while.
It has
So,
been.
there's been an attack at Ganalian's mansion, and do you know anything about this?
I just got the news as well. Apparently some hooded men.
Right. This is a new development. It frankly surprises me that brazenly in the city.
They what?
It surprises me that anything or anyone would make such a brazen move in this city.
Yes, indeed. I'm here to report about the last parcel that we delivered as well.
She holds her forehead. Fenriloth, is this something that requires urgent action?
Fair like stops for a moment and say, no, actually I will go to the site right now. Yes. He passed the report to Ilana that he wrote in the jail cell.
Okay.
And then he will just head off. Yeah.
Yelena stops you. Fenriloth, in the first line here, it states that Master Ashel Fenders does not want further inquiry of this subject.
Yes, that's what he said.
All right, point taken. I will inform the others.
All right. Take care. I shall head off now.
You too.
And there I go.
Right, so the next person.
What? I missed the entire sentence, sorry.
In the early morning, so maybe 3-4 a.m. But because Fenriloth was unconscious, so he was technically having a rest.
Mental.
Like the only ones who will be having.
I think body is still fine.
Fatigue at the moment would be Erevan and Kane.
Okay.
Do you really know that?
Isn't Kane unconscious too?
Do they get like one level of exhaustion if they keep going on?
Kane doesn't get much rest just yet because of the nature of the way he was rendered unconscious.
That's true.
Okay,
Oh,
and
poor
I will
Kane.
move on to Silas.
Okay.
Silas, Flappy Flap arrives at Ganelian's mansion.
All right, what does he see?
Boss.
And where in the timeline is this?
I would say that Silas takes a while to arrive, so actually this will be about the same time as Fenriloth. Fenriloth and Ashel Fenris getting the briefing.
Really? He should be traveling faster than Fen. He has a fly
No,
speed
Fenriloth
of
and
50.
Ashel Fenris are still in the financial district as when it happened.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay. So when they receive word that that something's happened.
Boss.
Yes.
Is the old man's mansion. There are bits of the garden is charred. The front door appears to be blasted open and some windows are broken, and there's slavers here putting a cordon over the area, and they are talking to witnesses, and there are necromancers looking over corpses. So well,
All right. Okay. I get him to go back into imp form, and then
isn't our fault, right?
Probably not. We'll find out. I'll get him to go back into imp form and then shift my senses so I can see through his eyes. And
Right.
then I
Yes,
get him
so?
to go look for Ganelion.
Okay, so you command the imp to fly in.
Yep.
Okay.
Invisible, obviously.
The imp is invisible, but I need you to roll 4 stealth checks for Silas.
Alright. Silas has a stealth of +5.
Whoa.
Okay, so the lowest he got was 15.
15. Silas flies and flies towards the
Dies
door of the
silently.
entrance. And Master, I think something sees me. I get an
Do
uneasy
you see what
feeling.
it is?
Oh shit.
No.
Doesn't matter then. Find the old man. Hello?
Right. So Silas flies in. He enters the waiting room where you remember the butler instructed you all to wait for Ganelian's arrival. It looks like the bookcase has like half fallen out of the wall and parts of it have been scorched and singed.
Interesting.
There's a couple of slavers in here still whacking around with wet blankets, and further on the grand staircase in which you arrive, you can see several very indicative spots where tripwires have been set off.
Oh, traps.
Silas, make a perception check. This is a difficult one.
Mine or Silas's? Probably Silas's.
Okay.
God, 11.
Right. There's been clear signs of fighting here. Things have been splintered and like there's blood scattered around. Some of it red, some of it of a stranger color or so, and there are drag marks where bodies have apparently been taken away.
Okay.
It's hard to know what the bodies were because most of them have been cut in black bags at the moment.
Does it look like the drag marks were done by the slavers?
It seems to be.
Okay, cool. Check.
And Heading up to the sorry.
Check Gan's room.
Okay, you head up to the master bedroom,
Yes.
hanging by splinters there. The bedroom itself is empty, and there's like been a cordon around it
Ooh,
there with a notepad,
I
and
see.
it looks as if like the bed is missing its mattress and blankets.
Does it appear to be taken by the slavers
Hasty
or
moving
not
about
really?
and all that.
Does the mattress look like it's been taken by the slavers, or does it seem to have been taken?
You wouldn't know, but it seemed that somebody took the whole bundle.
Okay. All right, interesting. So there's no sign of Ganelion or what's his name? Stevik?
No.
I see. Okay. There was a guy writing in a notepad.
Yeah.
Can Silas float close enough that he can see what he's taking down?
Okay, I will allow one more perception check.
Ah, better.
Silas gets a feeling of goosebumps. Boss, air feels a bit cold around here. Orders?
He doesn't see anything else.
The feeling that Silas communicates the feeling, I think there's something else in here that's also invisible.
That's all right. Like, literally doesn't matter at this point. Get him to check what he can see from the notepad guy.
What's Silas' AC?
13.
Oh shit.
No.
A spectral hand like materializes of a vaguely humanoid shape, like all translucent and see-through, and its hand brushes against Silas. Silas takes 14 necrotic damage.
Oh no, his health pool is less than that. Poof.
The slaver sort of looks up in surprise, like dropping the notebook as Silas poofs out of existence.
Oh no.
No,
Not Silas.
Silas, our spy.
It's alright, I can just call him back.
Red, you may attempt a religion check.
$17.
Okay, Red, of what the brief glimpse you caught, these are called specters. They are the favored reconnaissance units of the necromancer. Since they're ethereal, they can sort of go invisible as well.
I see. So they can go invisible and see invisible.
They do not see so much as they sense the presence of life.
Ah, okay. That's bogus though. What are they doing randomly attacking innocent familiars?
They're necromancy.
I shall have a word with them.
Imps are undead, dude.
No, they're not. Imps are not undead.
Oh, they're not?
Well, strange familiar who come from nowhere doing strange things. I mean, of course, they would be suspicious.
I'm more surprised that the
What about questioning?
so well
There's
equipped.
no
That
questioning on
cost me 10
specters.
GP. I shall have that reimbursed.
All right, so now, who wants to go, Erevan or the rest of the people in the cell?
It's up to you. It's up to them. I'm okay.
I don't mind. Timeline wise, which one would be more? Which one would be sooner? I guess the cell people can set up their events to happen later.
Okay, I'll go with Erevan first.
Yeah.
Erevan, Gorbak
Alright.
and Klajak lead you along, running as quickly as possible through the military district.
All right.
After you promise your friends that you will try and return for them, yadi yadi.
All right. As I'm running, I just like to note that I'm like remembering like where I'm going.
Okay.
The way back. Okay.
Gorbak and
continue.
Klajak seem to move from alley to alley, back lane to back lane.
Okay.
A lot of like the patrols around here and the various and some of the occasional flashlights overhead that seem to be carried by aerial surveyors.
Wow.
And that they have done this sort of thing before. And
What are
eventually-
the aerial surveyors look like? Are they like animals or of some kind? Or...
They look like birdmen.
Ooh, Birdman. All right. Continue.
Their name starts with A or something. It's a bit hard to pronounce. Okay.
All right.
They bring you to
Cobra?
around and towards the far end of the district, and where they seem to vanish over the edge. Been set into the side, is a bit rusted and corroded from age. And at the bottom of a sheer 30-foot drop, which currently has a rope attached to it, is a dinghy.
Okay.
Boy,
We're going down there, guys.
yes, the dinghy.
The dinghy. So we're going. Are we going to your ship? The what did you call it? The Black Omen.
Klajak nudges you. You getting on or what?
Look, I'm getting on, all right, but you haven't told me what's going on, man. Like why
We
did
can talk while we roll.
all right, we'll talk while we rope. I carefully scale down the drop to the dinghy.
All right. You go down into the dinghy, and there you realize that the dinghy doesn't seem like it could have held the whole lot of you, but certainly could have made a valiant effort. Gorbak grabs both rows while Klajak the stormy seas, the endless vast waves.
All right.
He spills up and hits either one of you.
It's been a while since I tasted salt water.
You should travel more. You definitely have the look of it.
Yeah, I lost my sea legs a while back. So start talking, Klajak. What's going on?
Klajak looks towards Gorbak and he speaks. Right. Last night, some strange folk came a-calling at Richter's mansion. We beat them back, but the place weren't pretty nor safe after that.
Damn. Did you guys kill anybody?
Both of them look at you.
Okay. Noted. Kill people. Continue.
It weren't exactly like they were flogging us with flowers and fruit baskets, you know.
All right.
Some
what
of them were
happened?
shooting back.
Is old Rictus okay?
Richter's, we had to move him. Find him a better place. We got someone to help look after him for a bit, but that's why we came find you, see? He asked
see.
about you a lot while he was slipping in and out of his sleepy mood, and we figure that you with something. And if it's important enough to be the first thing on his mind after the firefight, then it's important enough that we bust you out to keep at it.
Makes sense. All right. So
Am I right? What's it about, actually?
you mean you don't know Gorbak?
Look, Rictus has been our navigator for many, many years. When your navigator says port to starboard, you don't ask why.
What?
Navigator, maybe you could shed a bit of light on this. Sailing the fog right now.
I don't know if I can, Gorbek. Look, look, old friend. It's nothing against you, but I don't have the authority to tell you what's going on because it's all up to Rictus.
Authority? You with the law or something?
How am I? I pull out my 2 daggers and I twirl them in my hand. Does this look like somebody who's with the law?
You see the sort of people the law here hires. You never really know, do you?
I gambled with you in Rictus's mansion. I swindled you for your damn
And?
gold, Gorbek. How am I part of the law?
Who's
I'm
that?
hurt. I'm not part of the law, Gorbek. All right.
Hell,
Look,
I used to be part of the law a long time ago. Maybe even
Wait, what?
Claudia.
Are you guys serious?
Times change, people change, but look, the law ain't a squeaky clean thing.
You got that right. All right. Here's as much as I can tell you.
Right?
Rictus gave us a job. We gotta deliver a package, and we're this close to delivering all the packages. But the necromancers are kind of stopped us in our tracks, and the slavers did too. So we can't deliver the last package because we don't work that way. We don't. How do I put this nicely? We don't go against the law, is what I'm trying to say. So
But
now
you're
we're
not part of the law, are you?
Yeah, we're not part of the law, but we also try to avoid breaking the law. Well, I mean, they try to. I mostly break the law on a daily basis, but that's besides the point.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. We're not allowed to, and I'm pretty sure my friends won't want to deliver the last package until we get permission from these law-abiding
Erevan, this is Rictus we're talking about. He might not be for long with us.
I know. That's why I'm in a dilemma. Gorbak. I don't know what to do. I'm confused.
Gorbak reaches out to put a meaty hand on your shoulder. Do you allow this?
Yeah.
Erevan, crew is crew. We stick with one another. We do what we can for the crew and same boat. Yeah?
Same boat. Thanks, Gorbak. All right. Guess we gotta deliver that package. I look around. Are we close to Are we close to wherever we're going?
It would seem that the dinghy has taken you know how Vithanos is like an archipelago above the waves?
Mm-hmm.
The dinghy seems to have sailed around from the military district to the traders district.
Ooh. All right. Oh, Gorbak.
Yeah?
I know I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know when's the last time I'm gonna see my wife again. So could we stop by the commons for a while?
Go see Rictus first.
Rictus first? All right.
Dying, right?
Where is Rictus anyway? We're going entertainment, craftsman's? The temple?
We're almost there.
All right. I'll sit down and
Your
wait for
wife's
him
not
to finish
dying,
work.
is she?
She's not, but I don't want to make her worry. You know, we're same boat, as you say, same boat.
Is there some way we can help?
It's my burden to bear, Gorbak. I don't want to trouble you with family matters.
Then how about with Rictus?
Rictus is family too, but he's your family and he's our family, so I'm doing everything I can to help the old goat.
Where's the package now?
It's with. Actually, I'm not sure. They don't really tell me these things.
Hmm.
As you can tell, I'm definitely not the brains of the operation.
Who does the package need to go to?
A woman, one of the slaver captains.
What?
I forgot her name. Uh,
Borton.
Name is very important, yes. It wasn't Kurok, it wasn't Sorrentina, it wasn't Varkato. Who was it? Captain Goba, I believe. Does that ring any bells to you?
Not really, but sounds like an older name.
She's some captain in the slavers, I think. I'm not so sure, but all I remember Rick is telling me was she's, I do air quotes, incorruptible, so we can't bribe our way in.
Let's see. So you need to deliver the package. So if we can somehow get the captain to a nice place, you can just stuff into her hands, right?
I specifically remember Rictus saying they have to willingly accept the gift, Gorbak. I don't think we can pirate our way through this package delivery.
You have magic people in your group, right?
We have magic people, yes.
Get her to agree.
I'm not sure they have that kind of skill set, Gorbak. I'll ask, but I'm not in any position to ask them right now. But if Rictus gives us the okay for just grabbing her, I wouldn't mind. But I'm pretty sure the old goat's content on, wanting them to accept it willingly. That's what we've been doing so far. That's the hard part, making them, being all nice and playing goody two shoes. Never worked, eh? Well, it's been working for us so far. Got to give us some credit.
Ain't done till the last one's over. Anyway, can you swim?
Yes, I can swim. Why?
If you can't swim, then hold on.
Oh shit. What's happening?
Gorbak sort of turns around and indicates his shoulders that you should hold on.
Holding on to the dinghy.
Up by the side of a precarious cliff,
Okay.
upwards of which you can see the stars and maybe make out the faintest noises of someone's garden party or something.
Sounds nice.
Klajak ties the dinghy to the side of the rocks. So
Okay.
what does Ervan do? Hold on?
Yeah, I'm holding on because we're in a small dinghy. I'm holding on to I'm sitting down and I'm holding on to both sides
Sort
of
of
the
locks
dinghy.
arms around yours and then jumps off the dinghy
Oh shit.
and right into
All
the
right,
water.
in we go. I take a deep, big breath
Feel
before
like a splash behind you, and then next thing, completely black and icy water around you everywhere.
Oh god.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Not very good at this. 7.
Right. You have you have caught the chills from the icy water.
Okay. Note the chills. I don't lose any HP, right? Just letting you know, I'm at 1.
Gorbak sort of swims along powerfully underneath the waves, and there's some impression of water above head, water around, and a crushing pressure.
Okay.
And then somewhere in the darkness, navigating a series of tunnels.
All right. I can't see. I'm blind, right? Pitch black.
No, you're normal human, right? Yeah,
I'm a half elf. I do have night vision.
right. Then you can.
Dark vision.
Do you want to open your eyes?
I do want to open my eyes, yes, and I want to remember the tunnel system. as best as I can.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go fucking blind. 18. 18.
80. You stop yourself from being nauseated as like the tunnels twist and turn, and then like occasionally you catch a glimpse of junk, of something that shouldn't be there, like a half decaying something and whatnot.
Okay.
And after like the whole feeling of a rush and all that, you arrive soaking wet in the interior of what seems to be some kind of a smuggler's cove.
All right, where we go? We better go somewhere warm. Go back. I'm freezing over here.
Gorbak lets you off, right?
Also, I
There's
could
a
have swam.
fire ahead.
All right, let's go. Hurry, let's hurry.
You all head forward and into the smuggler's cove, where like climbing after climbing about 2 ladders, you come to some sort of a clearing
All right.
where there's a fire burning. There's about 4 bedrolls there, one smaller than the others.
Okay.
You can make out a sleeping figure in one of them
I rush over.
warmly. The fire is bright and hot.
Okay. I ignore the fire for now. I'm rushing
Of
over
some
to the sleeping
kind
man.
is heating something over the fire.
All right. Okay, so dinner is ready. Yeah,
It doesn't smell remotely like dinner. It smells rather bad, in fact.
okay.
And
Bad.
Gorbak immediately calls out,
Mhm.
"Oi! King. As fast as I can, sir." "See that you do. And this is Erevan."
Hi, Erva. Nice to meet you. Who are you? I pull out my hand
Tonker.
for
And
the guy to shake. Tonkers.
Sort of.
Nice to meet you, Tonkers.
He doesn't extend his hand. He kind of looks at you and looks past at Gorbak and Klajak, who are coming up from behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then he resumes his work, heating something over the fire. You
All
can
right.
make out he has some kind of like a medicine bag by his side.
All right. So, you guys have your own personal doctor, eh? Gorback?
We're promising him a lot to succeed. We're promising him even more of a different kind if he fails.
Phew. Well, Tonkers, I hope you succeed or you're fucking dead, dude. I head over to the bed.
Gorbak starts removing his armor.
Mm-hmm.
Oi, you better you better dry your clothes if you don't want to catch something else. Worse things than the chill around here.
All right, Gorback, you're the expert. I start stripping and I get down to my loins, and dry them close to the fire. Just put them on a rock or on the ground or something.
Klajak sort of do the same thing casually.
Mm-hmm.
As well, like they leave their armor and all that by the bed rolls, and then
Alright.
they sit around fire.
Here's the important thing I want to know. When they take off their armor and clothes, are they like really ripped, or did they leave their clothes inside? They should have taken them off too, right?
Gorbak is certainly very powerfully built and
Okay.
more scars and all that over than should be. Well,
Okay.
it feels as if you took an advent calendar to the skin while you were growing up.
Okay.
Looking wounds that you're no medical expert, but they wouldn't look like something that will have you getting up again in a hurry.
All right.
Klajak is burly, but also he has also quite a bit of portliness to him and plenty
Okay.
of hair as well.
All right. Okay. I'll warm up by the fire with them. Ooh. As we're warming up by the fire, I want to motion over to Tonkers. I'm like, hey, Tonkers, I'm pretty hurt. You have anything for me? I'm dying over here, quite literally. And I show him like the wounds that I got from fighting the lizard guy.
Tonkus glances up at you at the fire and then at the Gorbak and Klajak. partner tosses something slightly greenish over to you in a canister.
All right, downing that thing immediately.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. Maybe should have sniffed it first, huh? 7.
Of some hit points, but you're immediately struck by intense nausea.
Okay. Do
Gorbak's
some by
like, hair of the dog and all that.
It's
Ervan,
just-
you just lie down and get some rest, yeah?
all right.
He sort of
I'll-
passes over a rather moldy, slightly badly smelling blanket.
All right. Thanks, Gorbak. But are we waiting till morning to talk to? Are we waiting till morning to talk to Rictus? Are we having? Because I would really love a good night's sleep, but
Are
There's-
you waking him in his condition?
you got a point. You still got to bring me over to the commons, you know. Are we doing that now, or are we getting a good night's rest? I'm okay either way.
You don't look like you could take a single hit to the temples right now.
Yeah, you could probably knock me out by blowing on me. All right, I find like a nice rock to use as a pillow, and I use the blanket, and I look over at Gorbak, and I'm like, just get me up as early as you can in the morning. Yeah, mate.
Hmm.
We can take turns keeping watch if you need to take turns. I'm used to this kind of
Don't-
thing too, living out in the wilderness and all.
You rest well.
All right, I'm out. Lights out. Out cooled. Needed the rest. So I see. I just find a rock and I just cuddle up in the moldy ass blanket and I sleep by the fire. That's what I'm doing.
I'll allow you one insight check.
All right. 13. Eh.
Gorbak, they seem to be watching you quite closely.
Okay. I'd wake up dead. Is there any way I can have a light sleep where I'm? No, there's no way, right? Fuck.
You could set up alarm of some kind, I guess.
I don't have an alarm spell or anything. No. I tussle around in my blanket a little bit, and then I sit up, and I look at Gorbak. I'm like, something you want to tell me, Gorbak? I'm just feeling a little uneasy here. I can't go to sleep till I have some peace of mind. You got something you want to say to me?
What's wrong?
No, nothing really. It's just, I feel like, like there's something's missing from the story that you're not telling me. Lizard men, maybe? I don't know. Because you seem like you're holding on to something here. We're friends, right? Come on. Give me some peace of mind so I can go to sleep.
I'm just really buggered about why those people attacked Rictus of all things.
Everything's kind of crazy right now, man. I don't even know what to think anymore.
Did they attack you too?
Not really. I kind of brought them on a wild goose chase all over the, whatever you call the rich folk district. The
They
merchant
were
district.
after you too.
Yeah, they were after me because some guy was trying to apprehend all of us because we're apparently doing very bad business with the package deliveries and whatnot. But it's all right. It's all right. No, they didn't really hurt us or anything. You could say I hurt myself, but that's normal for me. So really, there's nothing you want to tell me? Not even about the lizard people? Because you seem like you know something about them.
Not really.
Not really. All right.
Lizard people are hard to read.
Mr. DM, I am going to pretend to sleep for
Okay.
for as long as my eyes and constitution will allow me to pretend to sleep. I'll take any and all exhaustion tokens you want to give me. Because I haven't slept like the entire night.
I'll let you know later.
All right,
Anyway,
okay.
now back to the group in the cells.
Okay, so I think the plan here is for us to bring out Kane, sort of like seat him outside the gate of the cell, and then I'll go back in the cell, and then I lock the gate, and I sort of leave the keys in the cell, like in the
Okay.
door. Are the cells like comfortable? Because this is supposed to be protective custody, right?
It's quite bad. As in like, no, it's just quite unfurnished. That's all.
Okay. Have the people given our stuff back or not? Okay.
Kept for
Alright.
the night.
Okay, then we sort of just sleep, I guess. Is everyone else okay with this plan?
Yep, sleeping good.
Has-
So you
you guys have
unconscious
patched up
and,
Kane, right?
you
Yep.
put unconscious and injured Kane where?
Sort of just like lean him against the wall opposite our cell.
Is he still at 0 hit points?
No, he's gotten some health back.
Oh.
Ah, okay. Excellent.
Kane, you get up. After whatever memories you recall.
Oh God! What on earth happened?
You alright?
I feel like I just got shanked by the entire Undercity. I feel the wounds on my back. Are they there?
I think they'd still be there.
He wasn't healed to full, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I
No,
wasn't
no,
healed
no.
before. Oh God! So I do feel them then.
I would like
Yes.
to note something down that I may not have mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
When Gorbak came in, he wasn't holding a weapon.
But did he
Oh.
like pull one out of his sheath, or
Yeah, how did
He had
like
one
did
when
he draw
attacked.
weapons?
He had one when he attacked. You're not quite sure how.
Okay. Well, I could probably do that by disguising it away.
So do I have wounds on my body? I feel around where I got stabbed.
Yeah. How much health did you guys heal Kane for? You healers out there.
I have no idea.
I think Fen healed him for like 3 or 4. It wasn't very much, I think.
It's just enough to stop the bleeding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the case, yeah, the wounds are still pretty much there and all that.
Jesus,
part of
what
the-
happened? Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, go on.
What happened? I get up and then I start looking around.
Yeah, you got stabbed by a couple people that came in.
I noticed that Erevan and some of the people are missing, right?
Yes,
just
Fen and Eshel Fenders have left.
Dear God! They've escaped!
No, the guard came in and let them out. Those two in
On earth
particular.
happened? I look over to you and I come you. Tell me, what happened?
Well, you remember those two guys that came in, right?
Yes, that's right. You knew
Yeah.
them.
We've met them in the past.
Alright, I'm really confused right now. So, your people who came to release you totally shanked the crap out of me, and then, for some reason, left a few of you here? Why aren't you all gone?
Well, because we didn't want to add escaping from custody to our already short list of crimes.
I really don't think you guys committed any crimes. To be honest, I'm pretty sure after the questioning you guys would have been free to go, so I really don't think this was necessary. I get up. But I'm glad you chose not to escape. Oh, I'm also a little disappointed that Erevan chose to leave. I thought we had something special. I adjust my gloves. Oh well, I suppose that's how things are. So, I sit down. I'm assuming somehow you got past the guards, and if not, you wouldn't be here. And if I'm correct, you put yourselves in here because you weren't sure if I had the authority to let you out. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Great. So what do you want to do? What do you suggest we do now? I sit down and tend to my wounds.
Well, we're not. I've just found out that while we were doing our thing, a group of people attacked Ganaleon's mansion.
It's nice. It's to be expected.
Really, why?
I don't know. He's based on what I've seen, all the deliveries were traced back to him. Somebody probably didn't want those deliveries made, you know? Transporting magical super weapons isn't exactly something you get away with so easily, scot-free. I get on stretch. Look, I'm going to get the paperwork cleared for the rest of you. Or hopefully something like that, and try to find the rest. And, for, not killing me in my sleep, I'm going to not press charges for your friends trying to kill me. Alright? We'll let that slip.
They're not really our friends.
Is that why you didn't leave with them? God, this story gets more and more confusing every day. Half of me wishes you would just kill me in the cell just now, but... Alright, I'm gonna get your paperwork cleared. And a lot of you just stay here.
Take it easy.
You want some breakfast or something?
What time is it? I think it's still nighttime.
I look out the window.
It seems to be about 3 or 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's still in the middle of the night. Oh. Wait,
Yeah, you just take it easy. We'll see you in the morning.
Oh, God, if that's going to happen. So, I'm going to report to my superiors based on what happened.
Okay.
There's the sound of boot prints outside and
Oh, God.
voices.
Please don't let it be that.
The door
shout.
opens,
Yeah.
and you see a bunch of slavers walking in, about 3 in total.
Mm-hmm.
Sweating, and some of them like cursing under their breath, and all of them covered in some suit. Evening.
Gentlemen, you've come just in time. We have some escapees.
What the hell happened to you?
Well, I seem to have gotten shanked by half the entire Underdistrict, it seems. But anyway, that's not important. I give them the report of the situation. Apparently from what I heard from our
Looking
friend.
around the perimeter. Where?
I don't know, they must have escaped already.
What?
They knocked me out. Look! I shanked me
You
with
let
some
them
magical
walk
thing.
in here and knock you out.
I didn't let them waltz in here. One of them was Admiral or something. They had disguises on. They looked like slavers. They came from another barracks,
They
supposedly.
wore a paper.
What?
What?
Sorry?
Did they wear a paper hat and a signboard
Excuse me?
or
Huh?
something?
Sorry? I can't hear you.
Look, were they wearing a paper hat or a signboard? Is that what constitutes a disguise?
No, you fool! They were general. They were higher ranking than me or something. Now, don't worry. Now, just hurry up and look for them. Well, I try to, unshank myself.
Fine, a long night's gonna be even a longer day tomorrow.
You tell me. I'm gonna be filling out paperwork till the end of time. Sergeant Crow will have my head for this.
Bold. Someone should probably remind them why the slavers had to be feared.
Yes, I suppose so. Well,
Guy barracks, aren't you?
yes, I am, sir.
Aren't you supposed to know what's going on?
Well, to be honest, not exactly. I wasn't let in that much either, but based on the intel I've discovered, I look over to them for a second. Maybe I shouldn't tell you. You might be here to... But, yes,
That's
just
what
in case.
for us then. He shrugged.
I nod. I'll be filling out the paperwork for the escapees. For now, just send out an alert. They could be trying to transport the last remaining, item. I'm going to let Sergeant Crow know.
What item?
Never mind.
What the rest of the news?
Look, it doesn't concern you, but they're transporting something very dangerous, all right? And we're going to have to make sure that they
Guns?
don't. Excuse me? No, the undercity might be involved. I'm not really sure. It depends on what route they take. But I try to describe as best as I can the two people that entered, the dwarf and the orc, was it? The half-orc.
Yeah.
I try to describe best as I can what they look like and why I was fooled into thinking, you know, they were slavers. Look out for these two gentlemen.
They don't sound anything like the ones that attacked the mansion.
Attack the mansion, you say? I poke my eyes open. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, well, necromancers had surveillance on for some reason. Anyway, necromancer surveillance said some carriage drew up, all black, looking identical to the normal ones. People got off, and then there were shots fired. Oh yes, attackers. Some of them had munitions.
Munitions, huh? Were they, at any chance, wearing masks?
Some were.
This is distressing. Could be linked to the attackers who tried to put you all to sleep permanently. I turn around to the cage. Do you feel like cooperating now? This might really help your case.
What do you need?
It seems your friend Ganalion was attacked, as you've heard, and the attackers were probably the same people who tried to put you to sleep forever at the tavern the other day. Care to share a bit of your story? I'll throw in some bread, if you cooperate.
They'll throw in some stones if they don't.
Now. Be nice to our guests. I think they've been through a lot as well.
Just give them yesterday's soup, that's even better.
I chuckle. Oh, the good old slavers. I love the way they do things. So, what'll it be, gentlemen? I look back at the prisoners.
Bubbles finally actually wakes up and goes, I don't see how this can get any worse.
Who's left
Good.
actually? Is it just Red and Bubbles?
Red and Bubbles and Farlow.
Invisible Farlow.
Oh, okay, so just us. Alright, sure. If we get our stuff back and this helps get us out sooner, there's no reason
Yes.
not to.
If you cooperated with us, we'll let you out really early on good behavior. I put air quotes. But hopefully the people who stabbed me will be apprehended and have their hands chopped off or something. Oh God, I think she chopped me in the liver. It's gonna take weeks to heal.
Alright, I think one of the necromancer's surveillance inspectors killed my familiar when he went to investigate the mansion.
Is that so? I'm pretty
Can
sure they
that
have
be
patrols.
confirmed?
I look over the guards. We're going to have to talk to them, but I turn around back to you and I say, the thing is with necromancers, they are very safe about this. They're probably investigating the break-in, so they have sentries posted all over them. They're not exactly the sort to talk, you see.
We should get that confirmed, because if it wasn't them, that means someone else was watching the mansion.
Well, all right. I nod and I turn over to the guards. Can we confirm his claim?
Why do you have a familiar around the mansion anyway?
Yes, that doesn't sound exactly very legal.
He's my client. I wanted to deliver a message.
So he's your client, eh? Oh, yes, one more thing. I turn around glad. Could you please confirm the whereabouts of the tavern I was in last night? Some lady named Sorrentina. What was the tavern name again? Screaming
Swinging
Shanty?
shanty.
Right, the Screaming Shanty.
Swinging
Swing.
shanty.
Right.
about-
Well, our friends here, I motion over to these cells, wanted something checked over there. They said something might have changed. Could you please give me a status report on what happened at the shanty? I remember I left some men posted there.
Change the mattress, the bed sheet, the decor, the client. What do you mean changed?
Oh God, I should have noticed. That's a bad idea. All right, there's only one way to find out. Suppose a lot of you will be coming with us. There's no point staying here. You promise you'll cooperate, right? I turn over to the cell.
Yes.
We've no reason not to.
Then I'll get your paperwork cleared out, and we're going out to investigate. I'm going to get the bottom of this, and hopefully not get shanked again today. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
All right,
I
we
go get
just
their
wait then.
paperwork. Yeah, I get their paperwork cleared out, so we can go
One of the
together.
slavers just passed Kane a green colored fluid of some kind.
Oh, what's this?
Hair of the dog should patch you a bit back up.
My thanks, sir. I tip him my proverbial hat.
Hmm?
I'll put in a good word for you. I leave to get their paperwork cleared out as I drink the thing. It's probably disgusting tasting.
It's the same thing I drank. It's disgusting.
Right, great. I kind of God. I don't understand how people can drink this sort of crap. So yeah, I get the paperwork
It's
cleared out.
preferable to death.
It is. So, do I return or do I have to speak to Sergeant Crow about this? Nice. Well, it's not like I'm gonna pass out, right? Hold on. Oh, well, that's a pretty average roll.
You heal 12 hit points.
Yay, I'm not dying.
1 minute.
Ugh, disgusting. Alright, I get that paperwork cleared out.
You find that the vial conveniently comes in a little bit of a bag, so you can like,
Barf.
well, it's an air sickness bag to come with like the potion.
Yay! I throw up.
All the things to invent.
Oh, well, they thought of everything. I wipe my mouth. Technology these days.
Right. To cut a long story short, you clear up the paperwork. You return your stuff. Where does
go.
this group want to go? Yeah.
Oh,
You want to check out the
does-
swinging shanty, right? Yeah, sorry, go on.
does Bubbles take Erevan's stuff or like some of Erevan's stuff?
Can I?
Because his stuff was stayed there. Like
And
you're gonna
some
claim
of-
that it's yours and you stole it, or that he seems to have
Erevan
borrowed
stuff
it.
is not
while you're
returned because
passed out.
Erevan isn't there.
Yeah,
but
but,
I do mention that I'm missing a few
Some
equipment.
things.
Okay.
And,
As in all your
and Kane
personal
would
equipment
remember
is
that.
covered, but
Yeah.
not for the people that are
Okay.
not.
No.
Okay.
You
Because
guys
I
can't
think
take
I
my
think what
stuff.
Bubbles is gonna do is Bubbles is gonna say, "Hey, some of my stuff is missing," and Kane might remember. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's-
Erevan
that's
was
why.
like sort of borrowing things.
Oh. Okay. So Kane, how do you want to play this out?
What do you mean borrowed
Like-
things from you? Go on.
I don't know. I seem to be missing a few
what are you missing?
tools.
Oh! Darn drat. Look, it's a long story, but I gave those to Erevan so he could, help himself out.
Do you think I could
rifled-
get my stuff back?
Look, I'll pay you back. How much was it?
Well, I've had it for a really long time, so I don't think you can compensate me for emotional attachment,
Wouldn't it
can
just
you?
be with Erevan's stuff?
Well, I'm really sorry, but if it's anyway, it must be with Erevan. And if you help me find your friend, who is now an escapee, we will be able to
he didn't
treat
get
him
his
for you.
stuff back.
Yeah, he
But
didn't.
you have-
He didn't.
His
You have
get
things
my
will
his
still
stuff.
be in custody.
My stuff is still in custody. Yeah, it's still
Alright.
at the slaver's place there.
Hold on. It's gonna take a while, paperwork and all that. I go and, rifle through custody, Do I find her things?
Let's see. The stuff that's with Erevan is not there, obviously.
Oh, great. That's nice.
But Erevan doesn't have anything on him, I don't think.
Yeah.
What?
So, did Erevan take it with him or not?
Okay, Erevan took it. Okay, yeah, then it's in Erevan's items.
I come back
Oh,
from customs.
How did Erevan get his stuff?
No, Erevan
No,
is
he
on
didn't.
my
He
back.
didn't.
Yeah.
right.
Well, by Erevan's items, he means like a box where it's all my things. are.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I take out the box and, all right, there you go.
Thank you.
Go on.
And I look at my stuff. Everything's there. The signatures,
Yeah.
the little.
While you rifle
Letters.
through your things, I say that. So I spoke to some of my men, and apparently last night the necromancer, the high-ranking one, what was his name again? The old man.
Ashel Fenders.
Right, that. Ashel Fenders cleared you all of suspicion. It seems odd that you weren't let out then. Did they want to hold you for the night for questioning or something, or?
I think they mentioned that
I'm
we
not
were
sure.
supposed
One
to
of the
stay
guards.
here under supervision to make
Protective
sure
custody.
nothing else happens to us.
Right,
Yeah.
I suppose that's my job then. Well, go on, get your things. We're going to go investigate. I really hope you guys are the good guys of this story, because if you cause some sort of time paradox and I cease to exist, well, you know, that doesn't really sound fun to me. It ruined my Mondays, you know?
Sure.
Well, you were with us, so I think you're safe.
Oh yes, let's hope so.
I think Fariloff mentioned that if there were paperwork, those would still exist. So as long as we get
Jeez.
everything written down, it should be fine.
You mean your stuff?
No, paperwork in general. Had we written down any
Oh, right,
bits
yes,
of
it's
the
all in the
history-
reports.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on the report.
So if anything
Some-
changes, we can cross-reference later.
Indeed. So, are you going to help me find your friends who escaped, or are you going to, you know, keep tight-lipped about that?
I
It
think
would really help your
first,
case.
We're not
we
sure
have to
where
find out
Erevan went.
where Sorrentina
Really?
is.
He might have gone back to our office. Maybe you can check that out first.
I see, but don't you want to see the changes, I air quotes, you made with
Yeah.
your dancer friend?
We'll head to the swinging shanty and
Yeah.
then we'll hit the DA.
Okay.
Okay, so I take a small patrol of guards and, you know, we go there.
The guards look at you. You sure they're supposed to be let out?
Well, I've gotten all the paperwork cleared out, and I suppose since you know, Actual Fender's already sort of technically approved their release, right?
He didn't actually.
Oh, he didn't! Why didn't someone tell me when I was, you know, clearing out their paperwork?
How is he allowed to walk out?
Now,
Yeah.
Actual Fenders and Fenriloth are with necromancers, so they cleared up their end.
Oh, so they didn't say like, oh, these people are working with us.
Well, then why didn't somebody
No.
say anything when I was trying to clear out their paperwork?
Oh,
Everything got approved, so apparently you're free to go. I don't know. I asked the sergeant about it and everything, and he said, "Oh, yes, yes." You know, they got I had to go through higher up people to get their paperwork approved, right? So,
I thought the
How is
caveat
it
was that
that-
we help you.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Look, I'm just going to pretend we're going to let you out under extreme supervision, all right? For the
Of
you know
course.
sake of moving things along. So I gather a small army of guards, and we all head out together.
the guards will not accompany you without good reason.
Son of a.
As in, they'll go like, are we expecting trouble?
We might be. Isn't time traveling terrorists a good enough criteria for you to, you know, lead them on under extreme supervision?
Return from the mansion investigation. They have no idea about anything about the time traveling stuff.
Damn it. Do I have to go to the sergeant to clear this up?
Bubbles looks at him and goes, "Look, we might not need them. We just need to know what happened to Sorrentina. And let's just put it this way. At the moment, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And right now, we should be friends."
I suppose so. Look, I gathered them around and hush hush. I'm about to do something incredibly illegal. Please give me just one really, really good reason why I should let you out and then follow you on this crazy adventure, so you won't dump my body somewhere after you shank it 1,000,000 times.
You wanted us
Well-
to help you, right?
Yes, to understand the situation better, but how do I know if I let you guys off, you all just run off?
Well, we didn't
Well, we
run
had
off
the
just now.
opportunity to run.
Good point. All right, I'm about to lose my job, but what the hey? Time traveling madness aside, let's hope you change the timeline so I get to keep it. Let's go.
Right?
All right,
You
very
all
well.
set off to the swinging shanty from the military district, heading through the grey buildings, the flashing overhead lights, and the occasional patrols. District without much incident. And there you make your way to the swinging shanty. The swinging shanty still has like the red carpet laid out and closed, the windows are dimmed and everything. And it seems to be closed for the night.
All right.
Can we enter?
Yeah. There's probably patrols or something outside, right?
There's no one patrolling around outside.
Well, that's
Wasn't
odd.
someone
Yeah, I
someone told to
Yeah.
stay?
Is there
they on
anything
break or
different
something?
about the swinging shanty?
Well, it seems a little bit cleaner than you remembered.
Any posters, any things on the wall that should usually be there but isn't anymore?
There are no posters involving Sorrentina there.
Were there previously?
Should be. Right. Red.
All right, Kane. You mentioned that you told someone to stay behind and keep watch over Sorrentina.
I could have sworn I left a patrol here to watch this, the super weapon you guys were delivering. Hold on, let me check. I go close to the door and knock, I guess. Do I hear
There's
anything?
no response.
Oh, great.
There's a large sign there saying we're closed for tonight. Rooms full.
All right.
Bubbles.
So what's happened previously
Mhm.
is the objects that we delivered and the person that we've delivered them to have sort of disappeared from where they were before the change in the timeline.
Oh,
So
great.
probably Sorrentina was never here.
Then where is she? Great. I'm gonna have to ask them.
Doesn't matter.
Well, if you still want to find out, I suppose I could find out for you. There could be a slaver's patrol or something I could ask.
Do you think you have
Maybe-
access to a library that has archives? Maybe old stories about Mythalgaring?
Play the DM.
May-
Do I know anything like?
Are archives your usual thing? Type, or are you more of a talky type? Hello?
Me? I'm more of a talky type.
Okay.
A quicker way would probably be to ask the person or people that you told to stay behind and guard to see what actually happened.
That's what I was going to do, but yeah. So I do that then. I flag down the nearest slaver patrol I could find, ask them if there was a place they were supposed to be watching out for.
Yeah. Your gods, man, what happened to you?
Oh well, questions later. I'm on quite urgent business. With
You're
these,
He's kind of cleaned up. I prestidigitationed him so that he's not sort of like bloody everywhere.
I put on my hand. It's fine. I might look a little roughed up, but I'm tougher than I look. Comes with the job and all that. So, gentlemen, I requested that you stake out an area recently. I seem to have. I requested that you stake out an area recently. Something involving. Do I have the papers with the reports on it? Please tell me I have something like that.
Did you write any?
I write everything out down in my notebook, but since time has been altered. Okay, I asked the guard. Yeah.
The notebook with you?
Yeah, it's the notebooks with me. I carry it with me everywhere.
Well, God says so. I don't remember anything about being told to guard any perimeter, but right now the mansion is demanding attention, I hear.
Oh God. I turn around to the party. Well, whatever you guys did, apparently I think it must have changed time so much that your dancer friend might have either not existed anymore or shifted places and caused some sort of big change in the timeline. And what do you suggest now? I think we might have to investigate the mansion.
If you want to look for Erevan, we could do that. We'll check the DA before heading to Ganilion.
Yeah, we're gonna check the DA.
I tip my head to the guards and say, "Good day. We'll be off now."
Checked as well. Blood loss causes strange things.
Yes, you tell me. I'm about to do something incredibly strange as well. So, yeah.
Alright, you all head around to the Devil's Advocate.
On the way, I asked him about his little fight with the lizard men. Correct me
you're
if
talking
I'm wrong.
about. Go on.
But apparently, Erevan had dropped a dead lizardman on my doorstep. That both
don't
of
think
you
any
have
of
He
us
did
seen.
what now?
Wait, he said
we
it,
don't know
right?
about that. No, he didn't. I don't think.
I don't
Because
think
we
so.
were all talking about it in the cell.
Yeah, he
No,
never.
that was as players, not as characters.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So you were
I don't think
fighting
even Kane
lizardmen?
knows.
yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
You head to the Devil's Advocate. Everything looks normal. For now.
Well,
Okay.
all right.
We enter.
We pushed the
Erevan,
door.
you in here?
Alright, you push open the door. It opens without problem.
What the?
There's a trail of blood leading further in.
Does it look dragged? Or did it look like it got up and walked?
Hard to tell right now. There's just blood.
Okay, kiddies. I'm thinking at this point you were just fooling me into thinking that you weren't going to kill me, and now you're all going to jump me
Shh.
and then drag me into whatever the
Stop.
hellhole it is down there.
Clearly something is going on here, and your rambling is not helping.
Can I make
to-
an investigation check? Because Erevan was pretty injured. Could this be his blood?
Yeah, could
You
I
can't
also
tell
roll
if it's
investigation?
blood though. There's no forensics on that.
But can we
Yeah,
smell?
but, was
On the other hand,
Erevan bleeding?
Yes, he definitely was bleeding.
Very profusely.
The blood seems to be a slightly different color from Erevan's.
Huh.
Can I,
Okay, you're in the first room,
Yep.
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The main room.
How fresh is the
You
blood?
noticed? Hmm?
How fresh is the blood?
To harden already, so it's been here a bit of a time already. It
Alright.
looks like to the right, to where there's the filing rooms. There's like a bloody handprints over the lock, and the door is a bit dented, but the lock is
Alright.
still there. Like
We'll sort of check
handprints
it out.
over it, and then the drawers are open.
Mhm.
Office is open, and there's handprints over it as well.
All right,
Looks
so
like somebody
someone
broke
broke in.
Yeah, looks like someone broke in.
All right, we proceed to find out what happened to this bloodied individual.
Okay, where do you go?
Do we know where
We
the
follow the
handprint
blood
stops?
trail. Basically, we just follow the blood
I think
trail.
there's blood on the ground, and then on the door itself. Heading to the office.
Yep.
And does it disappear?
You enter the office and you find the desk there is open as well, and there's like a bloody handprints everywhere. Whatever paperwork was on the desk has been sort of swept aside.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the contents, the drawers have been opened, and it looks like the first aid kit has been opened and fully used up. One window is open.
Okay.
Oops.
The blood trail sort of ends there.
So do any of you know what happened here, or
No,
No.
we don't.
wonderful? All right. Well, let's have a look around for clues, I suppose. Is there anything I can, I can see with my detective eyes that seems,
Okay, this
Not
now,
right.
now you all may roll an investigation
Yes,
check.
let's all investigate.
Let's all investigate. Come on, gang. Let's investigate.
14!
Scooby-Doo!
11.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
Detective gets a 1.
I'm gonna give you one of those
Crusoe.
slow claps.
I'm going to say that my wounds have hindered my eyesight for some reason. So yeah.
Okay, Bubbles, from what you can tell, something was dropped off. Something arrived without leaving a blood trail somehow within your house, where the blood pools the thickest at the door, and seems to have gotten up and tried to look for first aid and like fumbled with the filing cupboard door, fumbled with the desks, your office, and found the first aid kit and left. What you do notice as
Okay.
interesting is from the way the prints and the trails about, it seems like this thing was dragging something slightly heavy behind it, long and heavy.
Uh-oh.
And the
What is
footprints
it?
don't quite seem to be humanish.
Red.
Can we
What?
can we track this creature?
But also, I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
Why don't you give me another
Perception. 11.
I don't see things.
What is nonsense?
one? Wow.
Oh wow.
You got a 2.
I'm bleeding so hard.
Wow.
Jesus, this happened. Can I cast healing word
Awesome.
on him?
Who's the most organized amongst Red or Bubbles?
Probably red.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, do you try to put anything back, or you just leaving all the paperwork all lying around everything?
I'm guessing everything's been messed up, so I would put stuff back
So you are
to see
putting
if
stuff back.
to see if anything's missing.
Okay. It doesn't look as if the intruder was looking to steal valuables. You do notice, however, that there's that there's like sort of a brightly enveloped letter that wasn't there before.
Oh,
That's sort of been swept aside. Like it was lying more towards the top part of the pile of the table.
and this wasn't here before.
Stamp on it and address to the devil's advocate.
This one's new.
She
Take
goes
an opening.
towards red. What's new? Hang on. What's that?
This letter.
You weren't working
Okay.
on this last time. What is this?
Let's check it out.
Do,
Do you open it?
do you want to
Open the
check
letter.
just in case it's a booby trap? Can I check?
Well, something like that has happened before, so
Mhm.
seems wise.
Okay,
Doesn't
how do we
seem to
check?
be, unless somebody well, it's slightly perfumed as well.
Yeah, so it might
Yes.
be like one of those
Sniff,
smelly
sniff.
things.
Anyway, it ends up to be quite safe. Do you
Uh-huh.
open it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's open it.
A neat little flowery script that's sometimes employed by the traders. It reads out. To the investigators known as Red and Bubbles, I have a task that requires utmost discretion. I was
This looks
betrothed
like it looks like an
of
unrelated job
Belamon
request.
Ulrich some 6 years ago before the fateful plague. He was amongst those who set sail seeking a cure in foreign lands and presumed dead after a long absence. Handwritten letter signed by him expressing a desire to continue the courtship. This greatly concerns me. With utmost discretion. Signed, Christina Hope.
Oh.
All right, we'll keep this for now. Is there a date?
It seems to have been penned today,
Okay.
or rather yesterday. Sorry.
All right. Let's see. Lock up and head to Ganaleon's if we can't find the trail.
Mm-hmm.
The trail is pretty hard to track now that it's quite a bit of time has passed and
Yeah.
people are starting up their businesses in the early morning.
Yeah. Can we place like roughly what time this creature was here and what time it left?
It seems to have been like about midnight or something.
Okay, so
Earliest was midnight, maybe sometime after.
so it's kind of unlikely that anyone saw it leave.
Mm.
All right, we'll just put a pin in that for now. Is there anything else you want us to check out, Kane?
Well, actually, I'd like to suggest something, but I think all the blood loss has gone to my head, and I don't think I'm much help right now. I seem to be in the midst of stacking some books together, but they're in the wrong order and stuff. So I think I'm just going to stay out of your way today. You,
How badly does Kane look? Like, will
I look alright on the outside, but on the inside I must feel like crap.
Kane, on a scale of 1 to your maximum HP, what is it?
What'd you say? Sorry?
Are you
I'm about 20 something, yeah.
so he's he's injured, as in he's about half injured kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
fine.
no, yeah.
Okay.
So don't worry about me. We'll just head on to wherever you want to go. I don't think I have much help right.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's check out Gangan's place.
Let's go.
All right, moving on to Ganalian's estate. Fenriloth arrives there quite a long time before the others do. Fenriloth, you arrive at the Ganalian's mansion, and you can see like a bit of a fight gone on here. From the exterior, you can see the garden part is partly burned. The front door is busted open. Some windows are broken.
Has everyone left, or there are still some people around?
There's still some slavers here who have cordoned the place, and then two necromancers still sort of performing rituals over body bag. Some of them look up at you. Reloth.
Yes.
Are you here
how
to
is-
aid us?
Yes. How many casualties?
There were 6 intruders. All 6 are accounted for.
All dead.
We do not know about the defenders.
Are they? Can I have a look at the corpses?
Certainly.
So I take a look.
Okay. They unzip one of the body bags.
Mhm.
I'm just going to roll the little dice. This one appears to be a lizard man. The necromancer wastes no time in updating you. As you can observe, they pull up the eyelids. The pupils show yellow discoloration, suggesting a plague effects, possibly aftermaths, possibly a longer strain. The scales have gone rigid. Appears to have died of natural violent causes. They indicate indicates a bit of a hole in its chest.
What kind of? Can I see what kind of weapon does this damage?
The slave.
What do they mean by natural causes?
Are not very instructive on it. They take most of the weapons, but from what we understand is some firearms were involved as well as conventional weaponry.
So I check on the other corpses. Do they all look the same? Are they all lizard people?
Okay. Another one was like a human sort, but also with the obvious mutations and the skin color slightly different. A bit of a vestigial webbing between fingers.
Have I seen this kind of thing happen before in other city?
City, some people were affected by plague more than others. Some sort of changed. Some went on with life, and some never quite adapted back.
Oh, so these.
They are considered mutants. So they are not all lizard men. There's one lizard man, one human, and something that could be a kobold of some kind. Not quite sure.
So
there isn't really a unifying factor beyond the mutations.
So these are all like mutated people. Okay, that's interesting. So they all died by what kind of the same kind of wounds?
They indicate one of them is like missing part of a leg. One of the slavers look at saw blade trap. Points to the other one. That one looks like a detonation trap of some kind. Pressure plates. That one arrow volley trap. That one, there's not much of a corpse left here. Something heavy fell on that one.
So they all died by mostly traps.
Wow.
Well, he points back to the lizard man. That one looks like a blunderbuss.
Is there any sign of the carriage and the butler of this mansion?
It's been sort of cordoned off. It looks like the carriage that took you off in the beginning.
There is
you didn't see a butler.
Oh. All right.
Oh, rest in peace, Devik.
Oh, poor
But
Stan.
there's no corpse though. I don't see Stavik's corpse, right? I asked them, have you gathered up all the corpses in this vicinity?
Yes.
There is
Saw
no
six
human.
ended up as corpses here.
Okay. So we don't see Stavik's corpse.
No.
All right.
They've not seen a butler. They have attempted a necromantic interrogation of the corpses.
What did they say?
Mostly, they seem to be particularly hateful of the law, which explains perhaps why they invoke such an attack. But from
why
what
on
I'm
this
gathered, they seem to be talking about a seer of some kind.
seer? Interesting. All right. Well, Fenrilov writes down his notes like a good boy he is.
Like a good boy.
Are there any questions that you think might be pertinent?
When did they start attacking this mansion?
Sometime around midnight.
Midnight. Okay. Have anyone seen anyone leaving this mansion?
But
No?
the specters were only instructed to guard the upper grounds.
Okay.
We are still
Have you
assessing the rest
checked-
of the structural damage to the mansion.
Is there any underground
and we
tunnels?
have reports that imp of some kind was detected on the premises. The specters eliminated it according to protocol.
All right. That's fine. Have you seen any undergrounds? Structures or tunnels?
We have discovered a cellar. It is quite full at the moment and not of a high priority to investigate.
I should go check out that cell.
Right. Do you need anyone to help lift?
Is it full of things that you can navigate inside?
One of the slavers growls. It's more of a junk heap than a cellar, really.
Nonetheless, we should always check. Well, see if. All right, I'll call
nothing
two
better
of
to
the person who can come.
The necromancers instruct two of the skeletal minions to follow you.
All right, we shall check out the cellar.
We will continue assessing the property damage. This
Alright.
wasn't insured, by the way, was it?
No,
Oh, good.
it's quite a surprise, but good work. Continue on. I'll check out the cellar.
Continues in and through the hallway where you see like littered debris, like a bits of ceiling fallen down, some of the staircases like dangling away and some holes in them. And down towards the basement. They're all quite covered a
Okay.
bit in soot.
Oh, okay.
And
Where did they get the
basement
suit
itself, there's some
don't-
fire, like there's signs that fire was here, and now they've like let go of wet blankets already.
from? Okay. Alright, so I check.
You go ahead to the basement, where you discover, as they say, though, opening a door gives you a musty smell of a wine cellar, some hint of mold. Everywhere, barrels, 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 broken barrels, more barrels.
There's a lot of barrels. Okay, so we try to shift away the barrels or like bring it out so that we clear some space.
Okay, you instruct them to start lifting barrels. Moving over. The skeletons move in and start hauling, and after all, they turn back to you. One of them lifts to indicate that some of the barrels seem to be stuck to the floor.
Stuck to the floor. Okay. Well, I try to push it or lift it anyway. See if it works.
Fenriloth, make an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw. 9.
Oh, hello.
You move over, you grab the barrel, and it seems like somehow
Somehow. What's happening now?
the skeletons are looking back at you for instruction.
Oh, okay. Wait, what happened? Somehow what?
As
Wait,
in, you
what
try
the
to lift
fuck?
the barrel, it refuses to budge.
Uh-huh. Okay. And then the skeleton is looking for command, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how big is this cellar like? Can I actually go to the other end?
It looks quite a broad, it looks quite a large actually. There's just a lot of barrels in the way.
Ah, this is gonna take forever. If they use this to escape, do they have all the time to put back all these barrels? Can I maneuver over them?
Okay. You try
Yeah,
to
like I maneuver.
climb your way over and all that.
Yeah, and see if there are any like
I need
holes.
athletics check for that.
Oh gosh, let's do it. It's 23.
All right, make another intelligence saving throw.
What is all this intelligence check? It's 19.
All right, you climb your way expertly over the barrels and you fall flat on the ground.
Uh-huh.
You look up. The barrels are sort of shimmering now.
I look up and what?
The barrels are sort of shimmering. Your hand goes through one of them.
Oh.
The
Huh.
skeletons are still like mindlessly waiting for your next command. The cellar does not seem as full as it was before now.
I'll ask the skeletons to prod all the barrels they see.
Okay, the skeletons are prodding at the barrels because they are mindless, like whatever they perceive there.
Mm-hmm.
You yourself can see that the cellar itself is actually quite clear, and that towards the end there's like a rather suspicious looking large rug draped over something.
I go towards there.
All right. The moldy drape
And-
itself, when you remove it, it seems there's a trap door below. Quite a sizable one.
Whew, jackpot. Okay, I go back upstairs. I note where that thing is, that trapdoor is. I go back upstairs. To the necromancers.
I'll say about this time, the rest of the group has arrived at the mansion.
All right, nice.
Okay, the slavers look up. Move along, citizens. Great God, what's happened to you?
Never mind. I flash my bag at him. We're here on important business.
Right?
We're
Are those morticians?
Yes, they are. I nod over to them.
Well, what?
Hey, why are civilians here?
Well, you see, they're under very important slaver business.
Detective crew.
And they're here, and we've hired some additional help to survey this. It's a very, I lean up to ear, very special case. There's some special circumstances that require some special investigators, you see.
Show me your professional papers. He looks towards Bubbles and Red.
Oh, we have those.
Barlow's not here because that will kill anything of what you
Yeah.
just.
Oh, we're still having those processed. We'll be in and out very quickly.
No papers, no go, you know.
I see. Well, I suppose we might have to wait. Hold on a second while I speak to my investigators. I turn on them. All right, group, what now? I've already gotten us this far. Any suggestions?
Can Fenrilof actually, like, is this just outside? Can Fenrilof go out? Or maybe it's, no. I'm still inside talking to them.
If you leave now and try to make a
don't
run
think
for
so.
it, that's
No, I'm not
really
running.
yeah.
Like I'm trying to get you guys in, but I don't think
Oh.
I'll be going out because
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
talk to
yeah.
necromancers.
Huh?
Oh,
You-
right,
you
you're
guys
still
can do
inside.
nothing.
Garden with the necromancers.
No, you guys can get yourself in. Ha!
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I turn to the group and say, "All right, I've gone this far. Now what? You? No. In fact, I wasn't really sure.
Do they just need like our thing that indicates that we're PIs, or what do they need
Yes.
actually?
I
you
suppose I
need
could
to-
forge those papers, but oh dear God.
Because you're civilians,
Mhm.
you're kind of required papers to be allowed on a crime scene for this specific purpose.
Great, we'd have to
What
forge
what
those.
kind of papers? Like a warrant?
Kane would know.
Of course I would.
Don't you have papers for us? You did let us out.
I do, but they're only papers to release you. They aren't papers that permit you to enter a crime scene. Those are different kind of papers. Everything works on their own bureaucracy here. And if you want those, I suppose I could forge them, but that's, something else on my list of infractions.
Are you saying that out loud?
How about
I'm not.
you go?
I'm whispering to them.
How about you go in and we'll wait here?
Dirty cop.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, player to player. Kane is, he works in the Undercity. He's been doing this kind of stupid, unorthodox shit a lot. It's kind of through sheer dumb luck that he's been able to get this far as a PI.
Dirty cop.
So yeah. So I
Yeah.
leave the party behind and I enter. All right.
Okay,
so yeah.
We'll just sort of chill.
Right. So, open. Do you want to look at the body bags?
Yeah.
Right. So they show you the same thing they showed Fenrir Law. So here we can see the hole in the right side of the lung.
Mhm, yes, yes.
Indicates this. That one is missing most of its head.
I
Falling.
write this all
crab.
down. Lizard man, you say? That's interesting. All right. Mm-hmm.
One might
All right,
have been kobold, I think. That one's definitely a saw blade trap there. That
Yes,
one's
yes. Pardon me. Sorry. Have you seen a necromancer come by here, perchance? Big, scary-looking man.
Yes, you went to investigate the basement.
I tip the proverbial hat. Thank you, sir. I'll be having a nice chat with him.
There was also a
I turn
familiar
over to the party and just kind of.
and was eradicated, so I hear.
Excuse me?
Some kind of imp showed up and was eradicated.
No,
according to the
Ah,
necromancer
It survived with 1 health and then disappeared.
because it's easier that way.
That was retconned. Aha, survival.
I see. I look over back to the party. Isn't that interesting?
Hmm.
And then well, I'll just be going in having a chat with our necromancer friend. You lot stay here. Please don't run away. If you do.
Right, you're
Alright.
from the Dead Eye
You chill.
Squadron.
Oh,
right?
I turn around. Oh yes, of course, sir.
Well, figure out what's happening then.
You got it. I nod and enter the mansion.
You enter the mansion where more slavers sort of greet you and point around the burnt marks, the staircase zone that's been blasted up, and like some of the top doors, the hinges going on. Say, oh, the big one went further in there to the basement. Brought 2 skeletons with him.
Nice. Thank you so much, sir. We're having a nice long chat.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right, I guess that's where Fenrir lost his Kane.
Yeah, I come back up from the basement, and on the way, I think I saw him, right?
Yeah.
And the gang, I guess.
No, we're waiting outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Ah, good day, sir. We've met before. I put my hand out to shake his. I retract my hand. So, Mr. Stone Statue, you might be interested to know that your friends, I whispered to him, are waiting outside.
Are they alright then?
Yes, they're quite fine, but, they've, since they haven't murdered me yet in my sleep, we've promised to cooperate a little bit to find out what's going to get to the bottom of this entire thing. Hopefully to stop the last delivery of the time-traveling hijinks. So what do you say? Would you like to meet your friends outside so I can get a better idea on what's going on and hopefully stop this entire mess from going down nuclear?
Before that, I have to talk to the necromancers.
I nod to him. We'll be waiting outside. Actually, I'd like to go past him and then go downstairs and have a look around myself as well. See if I can find anything.
All right. So what does Fenriloth do?
I let him go. I'm just going to talk to the necromancers.
Fenriloth goes out to the garden. The necromancers look up. Yes. Have you discovered anything else? Please tell me there are no liabilities we need to cover.
No, there is a trapdoor that you
The
guys seem
basement?
to miss.
The basement?
Yes.
That part wasn't attacked from what we can tell.
Yes, but the attackers could have left. Is Ganalion still in the mansion? He's not, right?
No, we did. Our specters detect no other presence of life here than those accounted for.
Yes. So, like I said, there are people who escaped, and that should be where they go.
Ah, very well then. The question is, should we pursue?
They should be long gone by now. How many hours have it been?
The attack started around midnight. Now it's about 5.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll check out the basement. You go along and do your investigation.
All right. Kane, you head into the basement. You find it full of barrels.
What on earth? Oh, this is nice. What happened here? So,
Barrels do not respond.
what am I doing? Who am I talking to? So, okay, besides me talking to myself, I have a look around. Is there anything that seems out of place besides a few misplaced barrels?
Well, as in, there's just like barrels stacked everywhere. Like this whole cellar seems more like a junk deposit in the cellar from the amount of barrels in it.
Great.
Open the barrel.
Okay, I tried to open one of the barrels.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Yay! The same thing all over again. I can't wait to.
Yep.
I
Much
can't wait to trip.
fun.
I can't wait to trip over one of these barrels again. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm competent
That's
this time.
fine.
What a
That's
surprise!
You touch the barrel and your hand goes through it.
What the? Illusionary barrels? Gandian presents a strange idea for defense mechanism as home. I move further in.
Okay.
What a
Some of
cunning
the barrels
trap.
don't look quite real to you when your hands pass through them as well.
Well, this is fun.
Eventually,
Don't I
you
see-
discover
yeah,
the
don't I-
covered part, like
yeah,
that thing that Fenriloth described.
Okay,
No, it's saying that Fenriloth saw earlier.
yeah.
That seems to cover a trapdoor.
I call over to someone. Has anyone searched down there yet?
All the way back up.
Yeah.
You told us that. Sailors, look, doesn't look there was any fighting going there.
We wouldn't want to leave out any, leads at this point. It could have
Well,
been
we're still covering the fighting parts.
Well, make sure you send someone over to have a look. We might have missed something. Actually,
You know the attackers. Some of the attackers and defenders had firearms.
Firearms, you say?
Yes, that's serious.
I'll be sure to make note that they get firearms. Play the DM. Is it rare for firearms to be in possession of, random terrorists?
Not to possess firearms. They're the law.
Aha! I knew it! Well, that's really interesting. So you're saying that the implications are,
Black market.
I trail off. Is there... Okay, I see the bodies, but have the firearms been recovered?
We've confiscated all the firearms we found among the defenders. The intruders. Of the defenders, there's no sign. They definitely return fire of their own.
I see. So both parties had firearms. Did you confirm whether or not those firearms were, illegal? I mean, obviously they would be, but...
Most of them were rigged in such, like, some of them are barely functional. Looks like one of them went up in its own owner's face. Nothing official, if that's what
I
you're
see.
asking.
All right, thanks so much. I'll be right back. I'm going to have to go speak to a few people about this. So I go outside and join the party along with Fenriloth.
Yeah, fair enough. Is there as well.
Okay.
All right, gang.
So like, I think we just go to like a corner that people cannot eavesdrop
yeah.
on us. I guess I can let Kane do all the talking.
One of the specters present reveals itself in real life and awaits instruction.
Whoa.
It's like
What?
ethereal, slightly being like it makes itself appear.
Oh boy.
Can they like go through stuff?
Yes, they can.
I ask it to check what's under the basement. Like
It wants confirmation that you want it to supersede the Ashel Fender's order of surveillance.
Ooh.
Supersede. Supersede.
Supersede.
Wait.
Supersede.
Wait, that's
We're here now. We don't
Ashel
need the surveillance.
Fenders. Yeah, because Ashel Fenders let me go and check, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah,
me and
do
you
that.
could check it, yeah.
Supersede.
So after relaying to the party everything we saw and heard inside, me and Fenriloth assumably go and check out the basement.
Hey Fen, can you get me and Bubbles in?
They need papers. You know that, right?
yes, you need papers, but I can get it made. Just need some time.
Did
don't
you
have
have
that.
papers?
What time is it? What time is
Yeah,
it?
Well, I don't
Why
have
would you
papers
have
right
papers on hand, like with your names and everything stamped into it?
No, but like, did Fen have papers to come in?
He's
No,
a necromancer.
he's a necromancer, and I'm a slaver, so, we just flash our badges, we can get in.
Yeah, for you guys, you need
It's a different
paper,
story.
unfortunately. But in time, we can get you some papers.
Alright, I guess we can just head back to the DA for now.
Yes.
Whoa. You're going to head back?
Well, we're not really doing anything here.
People need sleep.
Unless Kane wants to go look what's in the basement.
Kane, you have
Yeah?
contracted a first level of fatigue.
Yeah.
You now have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Yay!
You look like you could use a break, Kane.
Well, look, I turn the fender off. Look, I know we don't really see eye to eye, but to be honest with you, this whole time traveling thing doesn't sit well with me. Now, I'm going to pretend that you guys are the good guys of this story, all right? And we're all good, and we're all trying to find some sort of peaceful conclusion here. So please do me a favor and don't wreck anything in the crime scene. Please, God.
Who do you think I am to wreck a crime scene?
I honestly have no idea. We haven't spoken two words to each other, and it's either been yes or no, or one sentence. So I tip my hat to Fenriloth and say, "Good."
Have a good
my
rest.
Yes, indeed. And good luck with your investigation. All right,
You
come
too.
on, gang. Suppose we should head back to this place you wanted to go to, so as to keeping an eye on you two.
Hey Fen, do you want to bring Silas with you? Or are you
You
good
can.
by yourself?
But the specters will know it. I don't think it's safe for Silas to be here.
No, like if he's with you, it'll be fine, right?
Debatable.
I'm pretty sure the necromancers have some kind of protocol. They'd ask too
Yeah.
many questions. It's best if you left your familiar here.
It's alright. If anything happens, I'll let you know.
Alright. Cool. We head back and then we rest.
Oh, character, you can still send Silas in.
Right?
Wait, what? Do you want to bring Silas or not?
No, I mean off character, you can still bring Silas in if you want to.
No, because he's gonna get wrecked if he's not with you.
Yeah,
I know.
Rickety
But-
wrecked.
But you know, fair enough doesn't break
Okay.
the
We'll
rules.
transfer over to Erevan for now.
Yes. Yes, good. Go
Wait,
to
what? It's not morning yet. I want to see what they find in the basement.
Right?
Wait, what? What did you say?
You're pretending to sleep.
For as long as I can take it, because I think I'm at 1
Okay,
HP.
I'll let you either do performance or deception.
I'll do deception, I guess. Here you go. Is it? Am I rolling it? Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Nice.
Oh my
god.
Oh wow. Well,
No,
whatever it was.
nice.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind. Great
I need to
roll.
roll the 1d20, right? Not the d20, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
1d10.
I got the programming wrong. It's all
Oh,
right.
Oh, so it's a 1.
No, because if you just type d20, you're gonna roll a 1d20, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you crit. Because that was your first roll.
So after a while, Gorbak looks over to Klajak. What do you think about this whole mess? I mean, these don't look so good. They sound a bit different too. You think there's one of those mind worms in the head? Klajak just looks at him. Shh. What's... Shh. Gorbak turns around after a while. Erevan, are you sleeping?
Yeah, no, not really. Go back. Not really. Can't sleep.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I get this feeling like Klajak wants to shoot me in the stomach or something.
You know that Klajak's favorite shooting range is about 180 feet.
Yeah, I would have been dead a long time ago. But yeah, I can't fall asleep. I just have this feeling like something's not right in the world. You ever get those
What
feelings, Gorbag?
What is?
I don't know. So like maybe you don't completely trust me or something. Like we're buddies, man.
What do you mean? I don't trust you?
What?
Ooh.
You.
No, I'm not saying you don't trust me. I'm saying I'm getting this feeling like you're not telling me everything. You understand me, Gorbag? I'm freaking out right now because I don't understand what's going on and I don't know who's coming for us or what's going to happen to Rictus and what's going to happen to my friends and what are we going to do next. So forgive me if I'm a little presumptuous in that you're not telling me everything. But I feel like you're not telling me everything, Gorbag.
I don't know what there is to tell you, Erevan. Those people attacked. We shot them back. We won. If they come again, we'll send them packing again.
So the lizard people who attacked you? You never told me who attacked you. The necromancers?
Like I say, it sounds like undercity folk.
Were any of them lizard people?
Couldn't tell. I mean, in the middle of battle is not where you run up to examine people.
Yeah,
Then Klajak's traps were going off, even harder to tell what you're fighting.
Klajak's traps are pretty not nice. No offense, Klajak. Like, I mean, not nice as in like they hurt a lot of people, but they're really good traps. Give them like thumbs up.
To do, really.
Yeah, they just I don't know, trap people maybe, not kill them. Like his traps are. Have you seen his traps, Cormac? Like,
Yeah,
they're
I helped
insane.
with some of them.
They're insane. All right.
Erevan, you do realize that things in this world aren't all hunky-dory, are you?
No, I do realize that not everything's hunky dory, Gorbak.
And from looks of it, you've stabbed quite a few folk in your time.
Yeah, I've
Some of
stabbed.
them weren't even seeing it coming.
Yep, definitely. That's why I'm so hurt right now. Stabbed somebody in the neck from behind, jumped on his ass.
What?
Yeah, that's besides the point. I got into a fight with a lizard guy. But yeah, as you were saying, not everything in this world is hunky dory.
But
I
what
realize
are you so
that.
upset about fight? I mean, you won, didn't you? That's why you're here and he's not.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you're right. I don't know. I just sleeping in a underground cave in a somewhere that I don't know, not comfortable. I just I don't know, Gorbak. I just want to see my wife. But I know I'm in no condition to do that right now, so I guess you're right. I guess I do have to get a good night's sleep.
What? Don't worry about not seeing your wife. Or are you worried about us?
You know, before I was really worried about you guys, in that like you're not telling me everything and you're keeping something from me, and I'm signing up for some pretty deep shit. But I extend like my hand out for like the pirate arm handshake. I extend my arm out, but you know what? Same boat. Yeah.
A slow grin sort of eases its way back into Gorbak's face and he takes your arm in his own. Arr.
Yeah. Same boat. Well, I gotta really get some rest. I'm not feeling so well. That potion Tonkers gave me was fucking dog shit, man.
If it turns out to be poison, let me know.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll just borrow a knife myself, and I'll take away one of his fingers or something. If I die in the morning, kill him. And I sincerely go to sleep now.
You head over to your bedroll, Gorbak tucks you in.
Oh shit.
Aww.
So cute.
Erevan
Well,
getting
bro-
all the dudes.
Yeah. First the policeman, another pirate.
Oh, everyone getting around, man.
Man, Erevan, you get around.
Thanks, Gorbak. I drift off into dreamland.
Night, night.
Good night, Gorbak. Don't tire yourself out. We have a long day tomorrow. Whatever you have planned.
Right, and now cut to the rest. So now it is okay. Fenriloth, what else do you wish to do?
Yep. At this point in time, it's just me, right? Gonna go check on the perimeter, see if there's anything else. Oh, actually, I will check on the corpses and see if I can take a sample of them or something to the undercity to ask around for these people if they know these guys.
Take a piece of them and ask the people in the Undercity if this piece connects to somebody, is it?
That actually sounds not bad.
Are you kidding me?
I'm looking for the owner of this tooth.
I'm looking for the owner of this finger. Do you recognize
Actually,
them?
no. Huh? Who would be? Who do I know?
This
The
eyeball looks
necromancer
suspicious.
Patron.
If you were gonna ask,
think
who
I
would be
was
so
just gonna-
stupid to do that?
I think I'll ask
Erevan.
around the Undercity for
Erevan.
of these lizard people then.
Okay.
Mm.
There
Yep.
you go.
I do just that. Is there any
Okay.
guy in working in another city that I could go to other than the sage? Or do I know the sage?
You do know the sage. You do know also like
else?
some of the people in the bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know anyone from the syndicates though.
But the syndicate is always around, right? Alright, I'll ask the people around the bazaar first.
Okay. Fenriloth, you head down to the Undercity Bazaar.
Yep.
first thing you notice is that the bazaar itself doesn't usually have hours. Business is when business is profitable.
So now
But
it's
this time the mood is highly subdued.
because
The
it's
wares seem
deep
to
in
be
the dark.
Hmm?
What is the hour right now? Is it like 6 a.m., 5 a.m.?
AM or so. Like the merchants who are hawking their wares are like quieter than usual. People are more furtive and trying not to attract attention.
Okay.
Like hoods are pulled down. People are drawing their cloaks in close.
All right. I walk to one of the
Members
guys that
around
I
than
know quite
usual.
well.
Hmm?
I go to one of the guys I know quite well.
All right. I will call. I'll just say this is a vegetable seller.
Yep.
Cabbages.
Vegetable seller. What's his name?
She calls herself Mrs. Pickle.
Mrs.
Mrs. Pickle.
All right. I
Do you
talk
want
to.
pickles, cabbages, radishes, onions, carrots, or sprouts?
Fair enough. Does his usual thing? He slips her a gold coin. And do you know about the lizard people that has been mutated?
Pickles are very good for your complexion, you know. They've been
Sure.
around lately. There's more than usual in this harvest.
They came out, or are they mostly underground?
They grow very well in dark places near the mossy pools, of course.
Ah. How many are there? Are they an organization?
Oh, you usually harvest them in bunches, like about a dozen or so.
Ah.
To grow in more than one bunch at once.
Okay. Well,
Very
do you know?
unusual to have them grow in ones or twos.
So they all grow in one bunch. Have you seen any of them come up and leave the Undercity recently?
Oh, pickles go wherever they go. But the harvest has been better as of last night.
I see. Well, what else about this pickles you can tell me about?
The pickles talk about eyes.
Eyes.
Pickles normally have eyes. Do they
No.
see things that we do not see if we put our ears to the ground and listen to the rhythms?
They don't have eyes. They are blind. I see. Do they have a cult?
The pickles grow in certain ways, yes. Who could say?
Interesting. All right. Well, so they're in the. So they always gather in the musty lake.
Yes.
All right. Out of character, do I know that place after hunting a lot in Undercity?
Okay. The Undercity Bazaar is sort of like the first level of the Undercity.
Yep.
The waterlogged areas are about on the third level because that's where the tidal level tends to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like the seawater sometimes seeps in during high tides and forms and like leaves water. Then it recedes during low tide, so it has sort of has a marshy effect.
Ah. Okay. So that's like deeper underground then. Is that lake a specific place or is it just like a huge area?
So there's patches here and there, like some of the larger ones are below the entertainment district. That's all you know.
Okay. So Ganelion lives
Traders District.
Traders District. But when everyone saw them in the swinging shanty, it's in the entertainment district.
Yeah.
Are these places connected?
Well, you know they arrived by a carriage.
That's true. All right, I'll take the information and I thank her. I'll talk to the other one, Sage. or
She
something.
gives you a complimentary pickle.
Yes, I take the pickle. Is it? Can I munch on it? I guess munch.
Yeah, you can. It tastes like a pickle.
Yes, I like
Like a
pickles.
delicious pickle.
Very delicious pickle. Nom nom nom. Anyway, I go to the Sage.
Right. He's sitting on his bag of nails as usual. What can I do for you?
Do you know much about the mutated lizard people?
They can be awfully religious, can't they? Especially when they think there's a second sort of coming.
They think there's a second coming.
And they drag others into it as well.
Yeah, they have been up there. If you haven't heard, I'm sure you have heard of them
I may have.
attacking. But anyway, could you tell me where they normally gather?
He sort of gives you a warning signal with his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that there's a syndicate member standing not far away now where there previously wasn't one.
Okay. I'll choose my subject to any sightings of the undead and the mutated recently.
He tells you the usual about in the second level there have been some sightings of some of them moving around, like some are known to be just like patrols, some are a bit more questionable. Not really any new information there. So that some of the undead seem to be reacting a bit differently.
Just recently?
Oh yes.
Like this, like in the midnight?
No. Past few days, maybe even week.
I see. Okay. Well, I won't be waiting for the syndicate to go away, so I'll start walking back to the DA.
Okay.
Yeah. With my information. So I go back and you guys are all there, right?
Yeah. And we finally get a long rest.
Yeah,
Yay.
I finally get along.
Yay.
We all get along.
Okay. As you have a long rest,
Yay!
Yay.
Woohoo.
Wee!
there.
Except for Erwan has nothing.
I think everyone long rested too, didn't he?
Okay.
I know, but he
Rick,
has
you're there?
nothing.
Yeah, I have, as in equipment wise.
Oh, yeah.
Red, at the night time you have a dream that's not exactly a dream.
Oh
Huh?
no. What is dream?
No.
Things just
It's
got real.
frost. You've been quite busy on your end, Silas tells me.
Yeah, trying to get the job done, but doesn't look like it's gonna pan out.
Are you more of a good news person or bad news first person?
News is news.
All right.
I like to decide whether it's good or bad on my own.
An excellent
What have we
response.
got?
You have been taught. Your insights into this whole time traveling business allowed me to convey certain impressions before certain rather big names down below. At the same time, it has flustered our potential enemies enough that one has let slip a name and presence in Vithalanos,
Go on.
opposing force. Kaito Villas is the personal assistant to the archfiend of greed, Memon. One of his scribes by the name of Rofinex is apparently actively opposing any efforts of controlling the city from a base of operations in the craftsman's district. Rofinex fancies himself an artist, so I imagine his hideout would reflect as such. Find him and show him the meaning of artistic differences before he does the same to you, for he is quite certainly fully aware of your presence now.
I see. Do I know of
Please.
any? Do I know of any place in the craftsman's district that fits the description?
You probably have to ask around a bit.
Oh, okay.
Tito Villas conveys that he is unaware of Rofinex's activities. You know what this means. I
Who
shall
said
be
that they're
equally
unaware? Sorry?
unaware of your activities, Red.
Ah, okay.
Lastly,
Fair enough.
I would suggest seeking allies amongst those with other patrons.
Very well. Anyone in particular?
Resourceful, Red. Let's involve as few fiends as possible.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
And then the dream ends, and you wake up with the morning sun.
All right. Wait. So this scribe are they immortal or is that a demon?
It's a demon. Fiend, rather.
So Rofinex is a fiend.
Mhm.
Oh. Okay.
Your patron will claim no knowledge of your activities.
Yes.
Likewise,
Of course.
Tito Villas is claiming no knowledge of his scribe's activities.
Okay. Cool. So, Titovilus is also a fiend, and Rofinex is also a fiend.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Sounds like fun.
Right, you all wake up on the Devil's Advocate. There's still bloody handprints around.
All right.
Oh, I assume somebody used prestidigitation.
Actually,
already, so like,
wait. Let's not prestidigitate that because handprints are useful evidence.
Oh,
there's a
do
lot
you-
of evidence lying around the Devil's Advocate.
Yeah. Do you think that we can get the old slavers in here to find out who this blood belongs to?
I suppose we could,
Something we probably should have done last night, but
but bear
none
in
of us thought of
mind,
it.
I get close to you. If we do that, it might involve some of you, so you might want to clear out when that happens. And I also have to keep an eye on you, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work out.
Well, we don't really have anything to hide, so
Well,
does it matter if it
Keep in
involves
mind,
us?
because Erevan wasn't really was Erevan able to tell you, because otherwise you all wouldn't know who the blood was coming from.
I don't think he told us.
No, we don't.
I mumbled a
We
bunch
have
of jargon.
no idea.
Your weird graffiti artist entered your place and did graffiti and left.
No, but we sort of pieced together that it's blood.
Yeah.
Something
So
must have
it's like-
happened, yeah.
Yeah, we want to know what happened because we were like our boy Kane here and the slavers down at the jail. Well, not the jail. Oh yeah, the jail.
Yeah.
Would be able to tell us. We'll be able to tell them that okay, these people were in custody last night, so none of them had anything to do with this shit.
Okay.
I suppose you bring up a good
So-
point.
It's literally like, okay, I came back to my office this morning and there was this. So I called the police. Seems
Response
like
as
a
to
normal
why
thing
you did
someone
not
would do.
immediately report it.
Well, we are PIs, so
without
we tried to
Kane.
figure it out ourselves. And then we decided, you know what, let's just get the proper authorities involved.
Well, when we do get people in, proper people, you can't lie to them and say that you're actually PI. They'll ask for papers. That's pretty much the first thing they'll
No,
ask.
we are PIs.
Wait, really?
Yes,
Oh,
it's legit. That's why I was like, well, can't we just give our like?
you
know,
actually do have. All right, you actually do have
papers.
paperwork. Well, in that case, I suppose why not?
Yes.
So, long story short, I try to get slavers in there. Is it a thing I could do? I'm not really
Huh?
sure if this is I'm not really sure if this is a good idea. You guys sure about this?
I think it's a good idea.
Mhm.
Basically, we're outsourcing. We're getting people to find out what happened,
Oh.
which is kind of their job. So
All right, but I really,
Yeah.
God, I pray to God that nobody who comes over to investigate recognizes you lot. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot more questions. All right, here we go. So I guess I go get slavers, and
All
I make
right.
this a report. Yeah.
This is a
Yay,
different
slavers.
shift. So you bring them up to date with like the bloody handprint scenario.
Yes.
Yeah.
and,
So
And
we haven't touched
grumble
any.
a lot about why this issue wasn't brought up earlier.
dire circumstances.
Kane would know that conveniently, if it was brought up earlier, it would have been a different shift handling it.
Mhm.
They come over to your place, and the first question they ask is there anyone you know that bears a grudge against you?
I turn over.
Is there
to
anyone that we know? Not really. No, actually.
Yes, certainly not.
Anything stolen?
The first aid kit was opened up and used. But aside from that, nothing was stolen.
How did this thing arrive at your place?
We're not sure. We came in and this is what we found.
Do you have any particular enemies?
Not to my knowledge. Bubbles? Can you think of anyone?
We are private investigators.
Right. They do examine the blood around, look around the place. One of them loudly comments that you all should get proper locks and everything by now, being PIs and all.
Yes, we are poverty.
They do take samples of the blood. One of them, there's make a note that this does not seem to be normal blood.
What does that mean? Not normal
Wait.
blood.
Actually, at this point, can I remember if this looks like the same blood I saw, with the lizard man?
It does, in fact.
Okay, so it suddenly occurs to me like, oh wait, this looks just like, huh. So I wait until the investigators are gone, and I turn to the pot.
The slavers do turn around when you say this. What do you mean? Seems like something.
Well, I seem to have remembered something. It might be connected to a recent case. You recall the situation at the mansion?
Who doesn't now? Everyone's in the know now.
Well, if you remember that, these blood marks match the ones the lizard-looking people left at the mansion. Wouldn't you run a trace on that and see if it's connected in some way?
Operations from here.
Yes, it might be connected in some way. One of the attackers might have fled here, sought sanctuary or something, and picked a random place, and it happened to be here. We might be able to find a lead on where this surviving one went.
We will do our investigation, but we do like to remind all honest, law-abiding citizens that no one should be harboring fugitives.
Of course not.
Man, I feel so bad.
Right, good day, citizen. Get a proper lock. Do clean up.
I tip a proverbial hat. All right then. All right, well that's happening. Any plans for the day? Any lead?
No, I
Hope we
think
find
Bubbles
out
and
from-
I are gonna go get a proper lock.
No, I think something like that can wait.
What?
I mean,
This
don't
could
we have-
happen again tonight.
All right, go get a better lock. I'll come with you guys.
What? Erevan's going to find another lizard to put there.
We don't know how the lizard got in.
All
It's
we
like,
know is
what
there's
the
a
fuck is
lizard man
happening?
got in for some reason. So I suppose we go buy a lock, even though
Yeah.
there are pressing matters.
I guess like it makes sense because they attacked Ganolian. Maybe they found out that we were working for them and
Yeah,
like came for
connected,
us as
yeah.
well.
It's a long way.
Doesn't
from
really
the
make
district
sense.
to here though.
Or you
Yeah, but you know, it could be different people.
or you have
Like the same faction could have sent out a few dudes.
or you have a dumbass.
So why was he hurt and bleeding? Oh well.
It doesn't
actually,
explain why the guy was bleeding though. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. But yeah, maybe he fought off some slavers along the way. I do have something else pressing I need to ask. Friend-in-law,
Yes.
Is he- did
Yeah,
you
he's
have a look
there.
at the basement?
No.
Oh, I assume that's what you were doing. So,
I went to ask around for the lizard people.
did
in
you
the
find
city.
anything?
It appears they like to gather in the musty lakes on the city.
I suppose that's the only lead
Not
we've got.
exactly a very safe place to go.
Player to DM, do I know this place?
Let's see. Normally you wouldn't go that deep, I guess. As in,
Right.
can you speak Draconic?
I cannot.
If you can't speak Draconic, you're likely to get like a spear trap or whatever to the face, so probably not.
Why
But
did
he
it have to
heard
be there?
about it. He's like, shit, I ain't never been that
Yeah.
deep before.
Yeah. Why there? It's a
Okay.
dangerous part of town.
Actually, player to DM, you know that place that that Silas told me I could meet someone
Yeah,
by some tree? Where is that?
the
actually?
Hangman's Tree is in the Commons.
Okay. Alright. I'll think about visiting there tonight. Though I'm not sure where that will lead. I guess Bubbles and I will go over the letter that was left.
Mm-hmm.
It
Here,
really-
that's
you need
related
to
to
repeat
anything.
it.
Could you copy paste it actually in the Discord? Then we can sort of look over that while the rest are doing something. In the meantime, we'll just go run our errand and then see what Fen has got for us to do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you mentioned Draconic. Bubbles speaks Draconic.
And then Bubbles would be able to access the area with less incident.
Great. Suppose we have our way in then.
Can she guide us?
These particular lizard folk, they pride themselves on being able to survive in like these sort of conditions, adversarial conditions, and they're typically suspicious of warm blood.
Great. That's nice.
As of the plague, it's not quite clear what has happened, but it seems they have taken on a more militant band.
I suppose if we do go in, we might have to fight our way in. It's the only lead we've got, so I suppose that's... So, in the interest of being better friends, do you think you could finally tell me what your relationship with this Gandian is? Why is it so important that you deliver these artifacts?
Look around.
I do.
Well,
I look around, yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you how much he's paying us, but
Ah,
he's paying
I see.
us.
Really? That's it? Erevan made it sound like you were, relatives or something.
Erevan has this interesting way of over-exaggerating things.
He has worked with us on a number of occasions. I'm guessing Erevan and him may have a closer relationship. I know Farlow's his apprentice,
I see.
whoever he is.
So you're clearly only doing this for the money then. Are you still doing it for the money?
Well, we've been explicitly told by the authorities to stop, so I don't think
Yes.
we'll be pursuing this any further. Or at least I won't.
I see. Well, that's good to hear. Weight off my shoulders, at least. Well, then actually, what are we doing?
Whatever this is, it's involved us now. Sort of gesture to the bloody blood.
Yes, indeed, it has.
So it would be in our best interests to find out what's going on.
Well said. And I suppose me, as a as a member of law enforcement, I can't have a member of the public come to harm due to some involvement in some dangerous. I suppose technically this is completely legal. Whew.
Yes. Also, we've technically delivered 3 out of 4 of Ganaleon's little trinkets, so I'm guessing we will be entitled to some form of
Payment? I suppose that's why you're looking for him. Well, I suppose it would be a crime for him not to pay you after a job well done, so I suppose that comes under the jurisdiction of law enforcement as well. Sort of. Let's just pretend. All right, come on. Suppose since I'm involved in this whole thing now,
I
Going-
sent a note to Yelena about this
Okay.
thing.
Regarding?
Regarding
So,
investigation into these lizard people that attack civilians. And Ganaleon as well. Destroying
Also-
mansions.
all right. There's one last loose end, however. Your friend Erevan. You're sure you don't know where he went?
I thought he would have come here, but it doesn't look like he did. Or maybe
Suppose-
he did and he left the freaking blood marks everywhere.
Yes, he might be involved in that, knowing Erevan. I suppose he left with your 2 large friends who, shanked me.
Yes. Friends.
I use that term very loosely.
I wouldn't trust them wholeheartedly.
Thanks.
Well, they did come to break you out, so I don't know. Seems like you're pretty. You must be worth something.
Indeed.
Look, I wave off your silence. As you may or may not have noticed, I don't actually seem like I'm great at my job. To be honest with you, I've gone this far through sheer dumb luck, one way or another. Either some sort of magical force out, or I don't know. But either way, I've gone this far through gut feeling alone, and I hope that doesn't end today.
What does your
It
gut
does-
tell you now?
It tells me that I should stick by you guys and see how this all wraps up. Hopefully, it'll prevent Ganaleon from hiring another group of adventurers to finally deliver the final artifact and cause some sort of huge magical explosion that will alter time forever. Since you lot seem rather trustworthy, I use that term very loosely, I should come with you guys and see this to the end.
We have one of those faces.
Yes, so for better or worse, you have me in your service.
You have
extend-
my bow.
Huh?
You have my bow.
You have my magic at your service.
While this is happening, I'm sort of going to ask Fenriloth
Send your note
about.
off to Yelena. She responds back. Yes, please do. This appears to be a new source of trouble. And Fenriloth, this
Yeah,
to
this is a one-way
yourself.
note, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lana also tells you, Fenriloth, also keep this to yourself. There's been a murder of some kind in the common.
In the common. Did she say anything else? Is it a woman or?
It means that the murder victim was a male, and the murder appears to have a ritualistic base to it.
Okay. I mean,
The ritualistic base was a pentagram. I think you are aware of the connotation.
cults. So male death in common. Ritualistic pentagram on the face,
Back.
on the back.
No, the chest.
On the
Peeled
chest.
back.
Ah, peeled back. Wait, has this this kind of murder happened before?
Not for quite a while back.
So there is something like this before.
Yes.
Okay.
Red knows about stuff like this. You should ask her.
When I get the chance, at the moment we are focusing on this whole lizard thing.
Yes, freaking lizards.
There's also a Lucent of Saranti and what happened to Lucent was it?
Take care, Fenrir.
Sorrentina.
All right.
Yeah, Saranti, sorry.
Probably the same thing
Is
that
there anything
happened
else
to
you
the
wish
other
that
two
you
people
could
that we
Ilana?
delivered stuff to.
What did happen to them? Did they disappear forever? Didn't you say their lives changed for the better?
Varkatu, I think, is still around. I have no
Yes.
idea what happened to Kurok.
We don't know if Wakatu is still around in the commercial district.
I think
When-
Erevan mentioned that he had like a proper big shop now.
In the
yes, I
craftsman's
mean we have evidence that we changed their life for the better because he used to work in the
He
other
used to be a
city.
druggie.
Yeah. Now he is a proper licensed doctor or some sort.
I wonder
Do
if
you
anything changed
find
from here.
damage to your face whenever you play a minion?
I wonder if
He's
anything changed.
licensed now.
Yeah.
No more 5 damage.
So,
I suppose, yeah.
moving on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I would like to move on to Erevan. If you're done with
Oh,
Ilana,
yes.
Oh
anything
yeah,
else?
go ahead.
Anything
No,
else?
I
with
think
Ilana?
no, I think that's fine because there's a note, right? So I just keep the note to myself.
Before we go
And I
to
go with you
Erevan.
guys.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yo.
Hi.
Before we go
Hello.
to Erevan, can we just Bubbles would like to speak to Fenrilos about the whole getting a warrant to get some stuff from the museum.
Oh yes, that one.
Yes.
God damn,
I
the
assume I got
museum.
it from
Yelena has finished that
Yelena
war.
already.
Warren and every lot says, no, this was a very simple request. A lot has changed that time, hasn't it?
But I think the last time we requested, she actually wrote already a letter for us.
Yeah, yesterday you were requesting permission to retrieve something from a museum, and today
Yes.
we are knee deep in this.
DM is telling us this shit's more important.
Yeah, I know. I know, but like
It's the
just
prize.
to know that we have that letter if we really want to go there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Erevan.
Right, everyone's turn.
Present.
Erevan, you wake up to the sound of coughing.
Okay. I look
Welcome.
around. Who's that?
Brother Rictus is sitting upright. Gorbak is sort of like holding his shoulders. And Plajak is supervising the goblin who's feeding him some kind of soup.
All right. I just keep an eye on them as I put on my pants and clothes.
Okay. The stuff has been dried up overnight.
All right.
Looking up now, you're in some kind of a natural stone cavern.
All right.
Heading up through an inclined slope where some slimy steps have been carved, and like below you to the right somewhere you can hear the sound of like gushing waves and water.
Is there any natural light in this cave?
There's some lanterns placed around.
All right. So no natural light. All right. Okay.
Gandalf looks at you and like almost spits out his soup. Are you the only one that survived?
No, Ganalion, or I don't know what to call you now, because you go by Rictus to these guys, but I've known you as Ganalion for like forever. So, no, Ganalion, everyone's still alive and well. I'm just here because I'm the only lawbreaker of the group, kind of a fugitive right now.
Tell me everything. Please.
I look at him, and then I look at, and then I motion to him with my eyes at Gorbak and Klajak, and then I raise like a
Gorbak,
questioning, "Are you sure
Klajak,
it's okay?" eyebrow.
Give us some space. All right. Gorbak gets up, and Klajak, after a while, looks at Erevan very carefully before leaving.
I show him
Goblin
my.
points to himself.
Mhm. I nod at the goblin to leave.
Okay. The goblin leaves the other way.
All right. Okay. I take a seat on the bed next to Ganalion. All right. So, where do I start? How much of our package delivery do you know? Let's start there.
I know that you've successfully delivered 2 of them, and the third was to be Sorrentina's.
All right. Okay. Good.
And
Seems
then
like,
there was a lot of noise at my mansion. There was fire and screaming and
yeah.
laughing and howling, and then Gorbak was bundling me out of there. Is Devik all right?
I can't say. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure he's all right. He knows how to take care of himself. But if you know that much, then the thing with Sorrentina, where do I start, Ganalian? Let's see. We were once we were transported into, once she held the staff, we were all transported into like I forgot. It's like the ethereal plane. It's like a place where time doesn't move, and then there was
Fatima.
there was Sadima there. Yeah. How do you? Yeah, you and her have some sort of history. She didn't really like you when I said your name.
She is very good at interrupting progress.
She was also really mad when I ripped off her mask and killed me. That was that.
From the killing.
She's also really pretty. That's besides the point.
Focus.
So she killed me, and I got out of like that time space continuum thing, that pocket of time, and I don't know what happened inside. I can only guess if they succeeded or not because I woke up in a body bag. Long story short, there was this police guy named Kane who came in, and then he. I don't think his real name is Kane. I remember he told me that he was lying, but
Oh no.
Yeah.
So the slavers are in the know as well.
Yeah, the slavers and the necromancers. So to summarize everything, Ganalian, nobody really wants to deliver your last package because it's currently illegal to do so, because the friendly neighborhood policeman, Kane, that I told you about, that isn't really his actual name, kind of like foiled, quote, I do like air quotes, like foiled our plan. So do you have like a new plan, or what do we do?
Sadima is intent on stopping this.
Look, maybe those guys sided with you instead of Sadima because she offered to help us take you guys down, and we sided with you guys. Maybe they did it for the reward, or maybe Farlow's, like, your apprentice and whatever. But I chose to help you because, like, I legitimately think, like, you're a man who's trying to redeem for his mistakes in the past. So how about you come clean with me, Ganalian, one-on-one, just you and me? What's really going on here? Like, what's going on between you, Sidima, everything? Because I'm in the dark right now. I'd really like some
I
clarification.
suppose, considering the attack of last night, there is no point in hiding anything now. There's a saying that a man is his own worst enemy. You are aware of this saying?
I've heard it in my travels, yes.
Literally. The one now is none other than Richtis Eibelman.
I stand up for a second, like put my hands like on my head, like. But you're Richtis Eibelman.
I was a different person back then.
How were they here? How were they in our time? Is it what Sedima's talking about? Is that the deal that you made with Sedima?
No, consider this. Change the past because it might topple the future. But Richtis Eibelman of the past has no qualms about directing the future to where he wants it to go.
How is he even here?
Since my realization, I realize now that my entire life has been a carefully controlled sequence of events. I did not reveal much to you or the others because I fear that doing so might alert him.
So, the people who attacked you, the people who attacked me, those are all Richtis's people?
He would not be able to act so directly, but I believe he may drop clues, hints, motivations, gold here and there, words in the right ears.
I sit down next to him, put an arm over his back, and kind of rub him like, slow down, Ganilian, slow down, old man. All right. Oh shit.
Richtis Eibelman wants the Black Omen to sail again.
Do you know where the Black Omen is right now?
There is a map in my house.
All right.
Failing that, I hate to contemplate this.
Well, contemplate away. Because your house just got, according to what Gorbak told me, your house just got ruined last night, so we might
Failing
not be
that,
able to get the map.
there is the figurehead,
Figurehead.
the Black Maiden of the Black Omen, the figurehead.
All right.
I sent her off to the Maritime Museum. I could not stand the singing. She knows the way.
All right.
Failing even that, I must be put on the boat once again to try and navigate.
I think you should put your navigation days behind you, old man. You should concentrate on getting better. I'm pretty sure I can either find the map or the Black Maiden. You don't no need to worry about getting on a boat again.
Does it make sense now?
If I'm being honest, a lot of things don't make sense. But I leave the really deep and
Ask
big thinking
anything that's
to
important now.
my team. Anything that's important? All right. Here's a real question. Is this Gorbak and this Klajak the ones that I met at the mansion when you were sick? Are these the same ones?
Yes, they are.
Is this also the Gorbak who came by to the swinging shanty that I hung out with during Sorrentina's
they
play?
are.
They are? The
And
same
more.
ones.
But they are capable of assuming their past selves if needed. You still remember that?
All right. So if there's a Richtis Eibelman, there should also be like a Klajak and a Gorbak on that working with him, right? Or is it just you?
Just Rictus.
Just Rictus. God damn.
Klajak and Gorbak would never bear to bring a hand against their own crew.
Which is why you need us.
The Rictus
So-
of the past, at his
so this-
loyalties divided even then.
So these artifacts, what are they gonna do? Like what are they like delivering them? What do they do? Do they stop Rictus? Or
Oh yes,
they stop
they
him?
would change the Rictus to a time before he was even able to travel.
All right. So it's imperative that we need to finish seeing this through.
Sadima prevents tampering with the past, but he knows he can tamper with the future with impunity.
Man,
I do not
Genelia,
blame her for despising me.
your old self is one salty devil. Sorry to say.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
All right. What about your captain? I don't actually know his name, but old Gorbak there is the vice captain, right? Who's your
Captain
Captain?
Drakadi.
Yeah, is
Even
Captain
saying
Shakadi dead? Okay. There you go.
Self do not know as much about the captain.
All right.
Immensely ancient, immensely old, and he claims to have founded Vithalanos.
Whoa. Just got a history lesson. All right.
He claimed,
Well-
I recall, he claimed that he set the seven lords in place. Find time to do other things.
So, running away from responsibilities, what a pirate thing to
I
do.
believe he was
I love
rather
it.
vexed when they refused to acknowledge him as the eighth lord.
Ouch. All right, so he wasn't running away from responsibilities. He got axed. He's alive, right? Where is he now?
Believe that the captain went down with the ship. He still stands with it.
Well, gotta respect the captain like that.
Captain ever decides to return here, you will know. Everyone will know.
Hypothetically speaking, if he comes back, he's probably gonna side with Rictus, no?
Well, there's a lot of maybes in that.
There's a lot of maybes everywhere right now. Well, I guess we know
Anything
who's-
else?
no, it's okay. I'll make sure the package gets delivered one way or the other.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Aravan.
Thanks for
You may
telling
not
me.
be the person you think you are. The person the world needs more of.
Thanks, old man. Get off the bed. I appreciate the pep talk. And thanks again for letting me know the truth this time. You're okay with me letting the party know, right? Because I can't do this alone.
I did not tell any of you previously in case the past self intervened.
All right.
Everything is in full swing now.
Well, everything happens for a reason. I say. Sorry, I'm apologizing in advance, Gorbak, but I'm gonna kick your past ass, man.
Worry less about them than Rick's Eibelman. And if it comes down to a decision, Eravan, between your own life and that of the past Rictis, please preserve your own.
I hope it never comes to that, because if I was being honest, old man, I don't think I could do it.
Before the others do.
All right, get some rest. I'll let him know what you told me, and we're gonna get that package delivered, one way or the other. I give him a nice pat on the shoulder. I'll give him a hug. Give him a nice warm hug.
Right. Gannon tries
Yeah.
to respond it quite feebly, ends up coughing somewhere over your back.
Yep. You're fine, Ganalian. All right. Before I call those guys back, I give him like the. I know he's not up for it, but I kind of kneel down in front of him as he's like sitting on the bed. I'm like, all right. I promise you, Ganalian, Arvis, DeMonte, I'm gonna set everything right. I'm gonna send Rictus back to the past. I'm gonna let you live the rest of your life happy. I'll get the package delivered. Don't you worry about it. I stand up and I walk away to call everybody back.
Here the others are returning. Gorbak's running over to Rictus' side again. Lajak is like pressuring the goblin to get everything in order. That's where you make your
All right, I look over. Yep, I look over the Gorbak. I'm like, I tell him, he's told me what to do and everything. Just look after him, Gorbak. I'll get things done. I might, especially when I actually have to fight the person that I have to fight, which you wouldn't believe if I told you. Is there any way for me to get your help? Like, is there any signal I can send? Any flare I can shoot? Any bird call that I can imitate?
Do you need any help? Give me a second. He turns around.
Is he gonna give me like a tattoo or something that is like magically inscribed?
And then he drops something into your open palm.
All right.
The black spot.
What? Did you just rip off your own finger, Gatli?
Yes.
What? I'm confused. Explain.
Snap it when you need my attention.
All right. I look at his hand. Does he have one finger missing?
Holding one hand behind his back, the right one.
All right. I grasp it and I put it like, I don't know. I don't have my pouch. I'll keep it safe. I'll put it in my loins or something.
Your pants not have pockets.
My pants.
Your pants have pockets.
All right. Put it in my pockets then. All right. I know the way out, Gorbak. No need to show me the way. I just have to go for a cold swim.
No, I'll roll you somewhere. Which district?
The commons, please.
So now it's 11. Is there any part that any of you want to cover before we finish?
I think
Not
we're
on
all
my
right.
end.
No, I'm
Nope.
good.
There's nothing
Good.
that I can think of.
All good.
Things are developing really interestingly.
All right.
Now Erevan's got to convince everyone else.
Oh god.
Good luck, Erevan.
Right. Thank you everyone for playing.
Yep.
Yay!
Yeah.
Nice session. Woo.
Yeah,
Thanks
nice
for
Awesome.
being
session.
the
That was a
DM.
great session.
As always.
Yes, thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you.
Indeed.
Right.
We got a lot of things done today.
We did.
Definitely
somehow.
did.
And
And
like
with-
in game, hardly any time has passed at all.
I know, it's
Yeah.
been what, like 4 hours?
Yes. I think like since the start of our like playing, it's been like a couple of days or something. 3 days.
Too
Yeah,
short.
about.
We are very
Well, if
efficient
it was
people.
like 2 weeks, it's like the old man is still alive.
That's true. Anyway, for the rest who are probably watching, tune in next week for more stuff. Until then, bye.
Yay, stuff.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
See
you.
you.